charge of this have always very much
Off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook.
Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary.
Terrorists are now using helicopter as a guide while they attack and murder Nigerians, slaughter them, right, in southern Kaduna, Kajuru. And what happened in our ISWAP, who claimed responsibility, which has a link to the ISIS, yeah? They have claimed responsibility, and the government of Nigeria has also confirmed that the attack, the terrorist attack at St. Francis Catholic Church in Ondo State was carried out by ISWAP. So indeed, there are now ISWAP in Yoruba land. Share the broadcast.
Maiyegun ti dé, ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra jù. Maiyegun ti dé, àní ẹ̀ súnra jù. Maiyegun ti dé, lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé, àní ẹ̀ súnra jù. Maiyegun ti dé, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé, àní ẹ̀ súnra jù. Maiyegun ti dé, ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí, àní ẹ̀ súnra jù.
Thank you. Tribalism. I'm talking about a divisive, chronic, deadly tribalism in politics. Is about in Nigerian politics generally is about to he said again. I mean, get worse rather. It's already said since APC Egbekegbe came into power. But one of the fear for so many of us who have always been very much outspoken, strongly against the likes of Tinubu becoming the president of Nigeria is because of the bigotry that they represent, the type of ethnic bigotry that they actually derive their power from. Well, unfortunately, is about to rear its head. The Yorubas, the age-long Yorubas versus Igbo, rivalry, which many of us believe that we should have indeed learned from the healthy rivalry, which is a competition for greatness, competition for excellence, and then a competition for success. However, when it comes to politics, it is deadly. And if you want to know where this actually really is still pretty much alive, it is in Lagos. And today, I don't know, I think it's because of this Peter Obi infection that has made so many young people, especially those who witnessed the EndSARS massacre in Lagos and all around the country at the time, who have somehow been able to push Peter Obi as their own project. Somehow they have decided that they have started a nationwide mobilization for registration. Remember the myth that the northern Nigeria is so much more than southern Nigeria when it comes to population. They never conducted any census to confirm this. However, during election, the people in charge of this have always very much been so criminal about the voters' distribution by disenfranchising people based on religion, ethnic, their location, and every one of that. Yeah. And all of these have been part of the rigged system that many of us have seen, that we said, except that the system is completely it's done with. And then a better, well-agreed system by every component part of that country, so to say, is put in place. Except for that, you are wasting your time. Reason why people like us feel like it's a pure waste of time, because it is completely rigged. However, this rigged system against one group of people, one ethnic or tribe against the other, against the other in Nigeria, is rearing its head again in Lagos today. Just 24 hours after Kolu bought his ticket in APC, Egbekegbe, his own foot soldiers who have blamed everyone. Listen to this. I am one of those who believe that, and I keep saying it, that if we all look inward, and then we all agree that Nigeria has completely gone to the dogs, and we, the victims, are completely divided. The reason why the dogs in charge of Nigeria will continue to hold on to power and force us to be part of a contraption that we have no choice or a say in. When as ruined as Nigeria is, when you begin to pick up the actors who brought us to this level, you will realize that your own kinsmen, kinswomen, so to say, you will find Yorubas, you will find Hausas, you will find Fulanis, you will find Igbos, you will find Ijos. Everyone from every part of Nigeria is a contributor to what we have today. And that is why many of us have said it many times, that if those of us who have seen the light pretty much could come together in a way like the criminals in charge of Nigeria have been together, if you and I are never going to treat ourselves as Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, this and that, when we are discussing the calamities that has befallen us, and then what we are experiencing in the hands of these rogues who are Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos, from every part as usual. Yeah, if all of us could actually like drop the divisive rhetoric, like I'm an Igbo man, I can't trust a Yoruba man. I'm a Yoruba man, I can't trust an Hausa man. I'm a Hausa man, I will never do anything. You know, stuffs like that as victims of the system. Right? Maybe we could probably make a serious headway. Why did I say that? The criminals who ruined Nigeria, they don't identify as Igbos, Yoruba, Hausa, or whatever. They only use those. They don't even identify as Christians, Muslims, so to say, when they deal with themselves. In fact, it's easier for them to even forget about the bad they do to themselves, or they did to themselves, and move on in the interest of what they call political interest, so to say. But if those of us who have been the victims of the rotten system, if we are not so divided, like what we are witnessing today, what the likes of Tinubu and co are always going to cash on. I warned yesterday, I said, it is going to become so much divisive, so dirty, to the point that people are going to be attacked simply because of who they are, where they come from, and then the religion they actually believe in. They will be judged by that. Well, I mean, a time is going to come like that. I mean, the time is here already. They will judge you by that, and you might be attacked like what happened in Lagos today. So we have a lot of young people who have taken it upon themselves across Nigeria today, young and old, to follow Peter Obi. Okay. However, the only people being singled out, which is usual in Lagos today, are the Igbo people. It is so bad. It is so bad that even the Yorubas, who said they don't support Tinubu or anything. I'm not a PC member, I don't support Tinubu. They are advising the Igbos, who are actually Lagosians themselves. I'm talking about people who are probably in the fourth generation, fifth generation, sixth generation of Igbos, who have been in Yoruba land, in Lagos. Many of them born in Lagos, raised in Lagos, schooled in Lagos, married in Lagos. Yeah. And today, when it comes to politics, they are Igbos. And you see, this open prejudice is the reason why I said, when you come out to beat your chest, where we're having a conversation why Nigeria is where it is today, and why the differences that all of us know, unwritten, but we know them, right? These differences, until they are addressed, why do we continue to lie to ourselves that we are one Nigeria, right? Now, in Lagos today, people who came out like, we are going to register to vote. This time around, even as many people are campaigning that don't waste your vote, don't go out there, don't do this or that, somehow a lot of people are mobilizing themselves that they want to kick out PDP and APC. They are so confident, but the Igbos are the only ones singled out, especially in Lagos. If I didn't see it, if it didn't happen, there won't be any reason for me to tell you. However, I'm going to show you all this now, right? Not because you haven't seen them, for those who have seen them, but there's something we need to learn from this. Because at the end of the day, you realize that it is all coming back to one thing. It is not in your interest to attack anybody or fight anyone on behalf of any politician if you have any sense. Yes, you may actually continue to jump about and continue to identify as Yoruba, I'm Yoruba this, I'm Yoruba that. Now, Igbos all people who came out today, including Yorubas, everyone who lives in that part of Lagos, all over the country, they came out today because the registration for voters card is going to end, I think, today. So a lot of people came out. But do you know what happened? Yeah, in Ojo yesterday, the marketers, the traders at Alaba, they made an announcement asking all of their members to lock at their shops today and go out there and register to vote. But do you see this open tribal prejudice, which is so very much common with majority of these our Yoruba brothers who live in Lagos? They blame everybody for all their problems. They blame they blame everybody except the criminals who are actually in charge of Yoruba land, who failed us, who failed our youth, who failed to educate you, who failed to create jobs for you, who continue to tell you that being part of Nigeria is actually a blessing to you. But when it comes to a time like this, all of you suddenly remember the Igbos, they don't belong to Lagos. They don't belong to Yoruba land. Then that question of why then do you continue to say Nigeria is one? I'll come back to that. The traders told themselves to lock their shops and get themselves registered to vote, possibly for Peter Obi, including the Yorubas. We have seen Yorubas. We have seen other people from other parts of Nigeria who have been like mobilizing for Peter Obi. But for those who have actually who are a real threat to the hegemony in Lagos, Tinubu, they are the Igbos. And that, like I said, continue to put to question your one Nigeria. Some of you will claim not to be Tinubu's supporter. Some of you will claim not to be a member of APC. Some of you who don't even like them as you claim. You are now advising the Igbos they should go back to their state. Why don't you just go back to your state and register? You are telling people who were born in Lagos, raised in Lagos, have their businesses in Lagos, their own houses, pay their taxes to the same Tinubu. You are telling them because of your own tribal prejudice that you probably don't even admit to publicly. Abi? They should just try and go back. I mean, it is better for them to go back. All the Hausas, all the Northerners, they always go back to register to vote in their region. Why are they? Because somehow, you don't like Tinubu. But at the same time, you are not different from them, are you? I'll come back to that. Here at Alaba yesterday.
Now Thursday, one day, now I can total lockdown. Every neighbor has here and in Alaba International. Go over and we get about that BBC here. I want him when I'm going to shop. Brugole 17 years and above. Like a gaga friend walk a Igbo. Oh, he will go secretary, then I shop again. Caligole 17 years. Hand tagging with BBC. Now, starting from Monday next week, I give you the Canada Operation Show your BBC. I want to shop again. You go see a BBC again, man, it's Hollywood Union. I want to secretary go see here, or the Hollywood Union, shop Okama. I want to go here, or the Hollywood Union. Malcolm, how do you go? How do you go? How do you go? How go in there to vote? I want to play a point. Oh, you're near, you have 1 year, or do you run?
Telling everybody from Monday you have to show your PVC. Is that not what you ask everyone to do to be part of, if they don't like PDP and APC, they should go and contest against them, or they should go and register to vote, stop criticizing them. People came out. But you know what happened there today? That Ojo local government, a lot of people came out, Yorubas, Hausa, everybody, Lagos residents in that area. And they were about to start, although probably they overwhelmed the INEC officials there. Then suddenly, they started making an announcement there that only the Yorubas, this is real, this happened. And as long as some of you feel like it doesn't matter, it does matter. It's part of the lies you are telling yourselves. Ignoring the obvious, ignoring what you know is your real division. Your leaders pretending they don't exist, but these prejudices exist between yourselves. So how long do you want to lie to yourselves that Nigeria is not one country? In practice, it's not. Maybe in theory. Do you know what they told them? They told them that only the Yorubas should register. Every other person, including the Igbos who are there. Remember, Ojo local government area in Lagos State has the highest population of non-Yorubas. I mean, I can call them Yorubas, by the way, because if you are born in a place, if I'm born, I mean, my kids who are born here now, they are British and they are Yorubas, aren't they? Your own uncle that traveled to America and your auntie, all of them who are now living abroad, their children, they are Americans, Abi? And they are what? Canadians, British, and the rest of that. But in Nigeria, that's your unwritten tribal ethnic division that majority of you continue to pretend and ignore. It is always there. Why don't you just make it so that yeah, if the Biafrans travels down to Oduduwa Republic or Yoruba Nation, and they acquire the residency there, they automatically become the citizens of Yoruba Nation. You know that. Just same way your brother, your auntie traveled to America, and they are now Americans, okay? But you are supposed to be one Nigerians, aren't you? Wherever you found yourself, you should feel at home. Abi, Shibi, is that the lie? Is that not the lie you are telling yourselves? If you go to America, you have black, you have Hispanic, you have white, you have, all race and all races. But there's something that they call themselves Americans. Abi? Which means whether you are Japanese, whether you are Asian, you are Chinese, you are African, you are, wherever you come from, the moment you become an American, you are an American. You know that. So your own Nigerian is so fake that whenever election is coming, that is when you remember yourselves as Igbos, Hausas, Yorubas, Fulanis. And that is the moment the rivalry of turn by turn comes in. So why are your leaders, the criminal leaders, why are they afraid to outline this, to discuss this, and stop this friction? They are Nigerians, Abi, and they are also Lagosians. They are tax-paying residents of Lagos, just like many, many of you too. But in Nigeria, you are lying to yourself if you think where you come from as any part of Nigeria doesn't really define you or decide what you will become in that Nigeria. That's what played out today at Ojo. They are Lagosians. They are your brothers and sisters, Emeka, Okechukwu, all of them that you know, but they are always your brothers until election is coming. Last in 2019, the Lagos Abobakus, the thugs, the Agberos of Tifnumbu, they went, they were, they gone rogue at the time, by the way, and they attacked the Igbos. They prevented them from voting, and there were Yorubas who would love to tell you Nigeria cannot divide. Nigeria can never divide. There are Yorubas. I don't support Tinubu. I don't support APC. But all these Igbo their own is too much. And you are on one hand, you are claiming one Nigeria. On the other hand, you are telling Igbos to go back to their states. Go back to your state. Go and register there. Go back to your district. Go and do that there. So while I was actually surfing the net, before I go on and show you what happened in Lagos today, I picked this up. Most of the people will tell you, go back to your state. Majority of them are not living in Lagos. They are Yorubas, but to them, they feel like everybody coming as non-Yorubas who are in Yoruba land, probably making a living there. Somehow they blame you for their poverty. No joke. And guess what? They support the people that actually made them poor. Okay? So they blame everyone else but themselves. They continue to praise and worship the criminals that make them poorer in Yoruba land. Then whenever their poverty gets into their head or gets so much a part of them, then they look for who to blame. This is a Yoruba guy who lives in Igbo land. Okay. So majority of them have never really left, the base of Yoruba land ever. And majority of them are actually repeating what the their failed, useless uncles and aunties told them. It's unfortunate, though. Majority of them have no real things to say, but just to repeat what their own uncles and aunties have told them. But what they didn't know then was that most of these statements are pretty much political. However, they blame everyone else for their problems. So this Yoruba guy, my dear brother, who lives somewhere in Ogbaru, said, I'm a Yoruba guy staying in the Igbo land, and I've gotten my INEC PVC at Ogbaru local government area. If Yoruba can get this easily in Igbo land, why are they making it difficult for my Igbo people in Alaba? Oh Lord, my God, every Tifnumbu evil plans against the Igbos scattered by fire. Now, this is a Yoruba guy. I decided to share this with you so that many of you who are also pretty much like not different from this same idiot we are talking about in Lagos. Many of you have been making some very, very, stupid statements after seeing what happened in Lagos. Many of us don't really agree with Tifnumbu and his foot soldiers. And they may sound like they are many. They are not really many. Majority of the people just don't have interest in what they do. Trust me, majority of Yorubas are not really interested in politics. Okay? And those you see that are interested, that's why you see that most of them that are in our politics in Yoruba land, like every other place, so most of them that are in our politics in Yoruba land, they are the low lives. They are the losers of our society. They have no real thing, no real achievement in their lives. Politics is just pretty much like a saving grace for them. And if you want to see, if they say, what is the greatest thing they've achieved? They'll tell you they became governor, they became a senator, they became this or that. And that is why when you now look at their track records, then you'll be like, wow. So they are the worst among us who represent us. And there are many of us who don't agree with them. Many Yorubas who are completely, right, bewildered with what is going on in Yoruba land. And most of the time, have no idea what to do to actually end this. In a way, they are not interested in politics. But time is coming. It is coming gradually that, the real Yorubas are indeed going to make a statement that is going to be not just the words or what have you. They're going to be with actions that are going to make a huge impact in all this nonsense. But it is what they have turned everywhere to, okay? It is the era. They know, they believe that the Igbos will never vote for Tifnumbu. Do you understand that? Whenever they do their election, right, they know. And guess what? There are also Igbos that will vote for Tifnumbu. There are Igbos that will campaign for Tifnumbu. But you know one thing about what bigotry like this does to people, ethnic bigotry, right? It blinds you. No matter how educated you are, you will become so blinded by some imaginary, hate, fear, especially as you are being engineered to continue to, as they are firing that in you. No matter how educated you are, it doesn't matter. That's how much the bigotry in so many of us, in that contraption, that's how bad it is. However, people came out. Let's participate in your fraudulent election. They came out and they got attacked.
No, they give them. They're giving them. They say Igbo people should go to their country and vote. They say we should go to our land and vote. See what is going on. Everybody that are in their line knows. See the officials, they're giving funds to they are doing tribalism. No, Nigeria. See what is happening. They're giving funds to only Yoruba people. They said Igbo people should go to their state and vote. They say all Igbos should go to their state and vote.
Nah, yeah, now I go.
Video there,
video. I'm not going to make a report in your Golaba. Nah, yeah, now I go. Ifembelaba ona ndị Igbo aye register aye me PVC
discrimination
na ndaka na no ziko so for us aya anawago the man is not possible no Sunday be high register ya ka na emeru PVC onye Igbo ayi sokwu alu ọrụ aba anọ so ndị na-eke alu ọrụ ana threat mana the guy say no nwa register any onye Igbo akpọ ndị nwa ya akpa abịa buru ya so since 7 o'clock ka anyị na-aba
this guy na minute onye Igbo
ka the boy wụ na the boy what he fana ka full anti bia Check out Auntie Bia ka egwa enwere a na-enye report chere excuse ngwa kwuo okwu anyị afọ ihe okwu ka efe na-eme aba kwuo okwu
ndị Yoruba kwonu ka ịnwa ndị Igbo
and bechago na ana
onye nwa na-emekwanụ gịnị tata na
and that's ya azụ na-asị ata eme
asịkwa ya azụ na-asị ahụ si anyị bịa mee PPA ike gwụrụ Chineke meela anyị ebere
dono si butela anyị ife a na chọọchị eburu ihe a si bute na Catholic and Anglican Church Igbo niile eji ebe ahụ jee regista ma ọ n'ime trade fair abịa mee ihe a aba nwata ma ihe a na-emegasị biko all situation report dị ebe a ka m na-agụ ụnụ na Igbo ka ọ dị.
So what that guy was saying there is pretty much similar to what the first or the second video also, the voice in the second video said. That. But the only thing that this guy added is that he's going back to his house. If they want to register them, they should bring their machine to Alaba market, the trade fair. But what really happened? Well, there's so many people with just 2 machines. So initially they said they were improvising. So in their way of improvising, they said they should share the form. You will fill a form, which is your name and all of that if you have never registered. So you fill all of that and you submit it to that official. They'll punch all your detail into their system. And then as you register, they'll give you a number. Then they'll capture your face, finger, and all that. That's it. So in order to improvise, they said, well, this is Yoruba land. Give the forms to all the Yorubas who are here. You see that guy they were beating there? Yeah? It was at the heat of, there's so many people at Ojo local government trying to register right now. Then, from nowhere, people who protested initially, that why would you be giving we are all on the queue, we are all on the line. Why are you singling out Yorubas and say, okay, give it to Yoruba? You know what I mean? This is what is going on. That was the moment people were saying that, well, you should go to your state and register to vote. Go back to your country and register to vote. Something like that. Then from nowhere, yeah, these thugs, they just showed up, right? And then the next thing, they just grabbed grabbed the INEC officials and told them that now they should move. And people tried to resist them. So, I started. That is when people started running and all of that. Eventually, it wasn't actually INEC that did not want to register the people. It is actually the Lagos thugs, pretty much like the Tinubu thugs, who felt like, they said a lot of them are how to register today. Let me tell you something. In the last 2 weeks alone, because of these young people, which many of you probably have not been paying attention to, or you have just ruling them out, they have sparked a sort of a grassroots movement that has sparked the younger people to say they want to register to vote in order to vote out a PDP and APC. And within 2 weeks, they almost crashed the INEC registration online. They got over 7 million people, 7 million new registrants. And they said that over 4 million of those people, they are young people. So this is something like, and the registration, according to their record, right? Majority of those new registrars, those new voters, they are coming from southern Nigeria. So they've done all their primaries now, and their thugs are now, they now know that their Jaga Bandits is going to be on the ballot. So they are bringing back that age-long tribal, right? Tribal bigotry. And that's exactly what happened in Lagos. You're going to see more. A lot of you are never going to be allowed to vote. And you know, Nigeria is a messed up place that when the Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, Fulanis, and every tribe in Nigeria, the political class, the elites, the traditional, all of them, when they come together and with what they have done, when they come together and they wreck Nigeria, when everybody looks around, they blame the Igbos. And that's why I told you, I said, listen, if you want to keep Nigeria, that's fine. But that should be on an agreed terms and condition from everyone who is part of that Nigeria, so that everybody will know that, listen, what makes you a Nigerian? It should be well defined. An Igbo man cannot, he or she, a Yoruba man, he or she cannot run for an office in Igbo land. Of course, they will be like, no, come on. An Igbo man cannot run for an office and, in Yoruba land and say, I want to be your governor. It can't happen. Meanwhile, he is a Nigerian. She is a Nigerian. Because all these things are not really defined. They mumble jumble all of that together and we found ourselves where we are. Yes, it's true that they said that the people the terrorists who killed our people in a war, who killed over 100 innocent people on that Sunday morning, they said they have been apprehended. They said they've apprehended 2 of them. Well, number one, there's something I want you to know. Nigeria police, Nigeria politicians, I don't trust them. The terrorists who carried out the attack, they have claimed responsibilities, which means in their usual way, take for example, they killed 32 innocent people in Kajuru, southern Kaduna, last night. And the eyewitnesses, those who actually saw them and survived the ordeal, they said these terrorists came on hundreds of bikes. And as they were coming and, penetrating Kajuru, there was this military chopper, helicopter, hovering over them, doing nothing. Of course, they said that the eyewitnesses said they cannot say the military of Nigeria. Listen, they said they can't say military of Nigeria or Nigeria military is the one providing cover for these terrorists that attacked Kajuru last night and killed 32 people, right? Helicopter guiding them. Bandits, as they love to call them. Terrorists, as we love to call them. Using a military helicopter. Who gave them the air clearance for such, if it is not the Nigerian government helicopter? Which agency in Nigeria gave them the clearance for that helicopter to enter Nigeria space? From where did that helicopter come from? Can Nigeria Air Agency, whatever they are called, can they release the detail, the air detail or air surveillance detail of all the flight that came into that part of Nigeria in the last 48 hours? It's not the first time that they have accused the Nigerian military of supplying weapons, food, logistics to these terrorists. There were times in that part of Nigeria, southern Kaduna, Benue, this middle belt part of Nigeria, there have been eyewitnesses who have confirmed that on several occasions, there will be this strange helicopter just over around their village or villages, and then straight into the jungle, and then hover back again. And then within days, 2 or 3 days after that, many communities will be attacked by these ravaging terrorists. That's the new latest. So when the people who told us not to go after the terrorists, I'm talking about the politicians who have turned war to their own a maker of sorts, right? Where they have been paying condolences and all of that, yeah? They said we shouldn't go after them. Days after they came with the news. Well, the first news that came out today was that ISWAP that claimed responsibility for this terrorism in Yoruba land. 4 days ago, they claimed responsibility for this attack. ISWAP, that what do you call it? That Boko Haram's government, in a way, let me even put it this way, yeah. ISWAP that is domiciled in Sokoto, and they have their own local government areas that they control in Sokoto right now. People are paying taxes to them. They have their different local government areas and towns and villages that they control in Niger State. People pay taxes to them. They have local government areas that they are controlling right now, as you are watching this video, in Zamfara, that people are paying taxes to them. There are local government areas that they are controlling in Borno State, that people there are paying taxes to them. And government of Boko Haram has completely abandoned the areas to these terrorists as we speak. Now, when they attacked Owo, from the report, initial report, we discovered that indeed there was, a bomber. You can call it a suicide bomber or a bomb planted in the same church, which means the attack was pretty much like a premeditated, pre-planned, same way, coordinated, same way. The terrorist, Fulani terrorist in Yoruba land, and then even in another part of Nigeria that they call bandits, the same way they operate. And let me break it down for you. Understanding how this whole thing can get a little bit confusing and why I don't trust them about arresting 2 people. Wait till they tell you that the 2 people they arrested, they are not even Fulani. Oh, the 2 people they arrested, oh, they are Yoruba. Oh, wait for that. And that is just something to say, bury it. There is no terrorist in Yoruba land. But before they released that statement, government of Boko Haram, led by Aare Mugbo came out and he said, it is true. It was a terrorist attack that we witnessed in Yoruba land, in Owo. And it was carried out by ISWAP. ISWAP don't send 2 people. We have been told many times that we have been surrounded by these terrorists and they could strike anytime. But politicians continue to tell you that, no, it's just been exaggerated. We know where they are. Don't worry, they cannot do anything. But what they are not telling you is that they are just telling you, they are pretty much waiting until you become the news, until you become the victim. And they will say the same thing again. Don't worry, we are working on it. But they need to give you something, don't they? At least they need to give you something and say, oh, we've just worked and we got these people. 2 people came in to attack a gathering, a church. The same 2 people, planted the bomb. And the same 2 people, right, killed over 100 people. And the same 2 people escaped just there without any pushback. I don't believe them. But again, I won't say, you should ignore most of what they are going to release with that statement of we have arrested 2 people. I don't believe them. But they need to give you something, okay? Because immediately they attacked Owo. Immediately, oh, somebody said 5. Okay. Have they released their identity as well? Again, yeah, I don't believe them. Do you understand? I don't. And for those who knows the complicity of the same criminal government that you have in Nigeria, do you understand that now? So I don't believe them. Just a few days ago, or should I say yesterday, yeah, we got this video, which is an interception of another set of people who can't really identify where they are going. This time, Ekiti.
ẹ̀yin kò yẹ kán fi yín lẹ̀ Ọlọ́run kò yẹ kán fi wọ́n lẹ̀ rárá wọ́n ṣe wà. ẹ̀yẹ pa wọ́n lọ́rẹ̀ tó fẹ́ pa wọ́n bíbá kò ní dáa fún yín.
So they intercepted those ones this time around, illegal alien, you can call them. They have no destination They have no clear-cut purpose why they are coming to Ekiti State. They came. They always come in their trailers. But politician needs to calm you down. You need to know that they will always want to calm you down. That's what they have been doing for the past 7 years. Listen, they have been doing that for the past 7 years, but you have been paying the supreme prices that they haven't really got to you. Doesn't mean that whatever they say right now, it's not part of the plot. ISWAP in Yoruba land. In the same Ondo state, 6 people got killed again yesterday by what they now termed as unknown gunmen killed 6 people in Ondo. This was days after Owo massacre. So what people are asking is that yeah, we can all pretend. I mean, it's convenient, isn't it? Let's pretend that it is not that bad until it shows that it's actually worse. In a way, terrorists are using helicopters. And as usual, man, how do you believe that? Then government said, it is true. It is true that there are ISWAP in Yoruba land. I, as a person, even though I would pretty much love to say, to give you something like a good news, like a confident and all of that, but the attack we are under, with the level of political, wherever that is going on right now, we are just going to be so kind of, well, let me put it this way, we're pretty much like so messed up. But the earlier we realize that, the better for the majority of us, until we become a victim too. I've said it many times, and I'm so happy that since this virus of Lokan, the Lokan is for Tinubu, which means Tinubu Lokan, and that's for him. They are trying to change that to Yoruba Lokan. Now that Yoruba Lokan, which is also for Tinubu, is where we also that's where we also set the boundary, and that's where you should set the boundary too. That Tinubu gets the APC or bought the APC Egbeke tickets in this way, should not automatically drag you into their into their own evil machination. And the evil machination here is this: your life. You still have it right now. You can use it to defend them. You can use it to propagate them, but you will be lying to yourself if you ignore the vulnerability of the Yoruba people. And I'm happy that people who matter have come out to say, well, it is none of our business. On Yoruba nation, we stand. And that's actually where I stand too. On Yoruba nation, we what? We will stand. And in that regard, everywhere you go, you see all this bigotry that is going to be flying about. We are concerned about our security. We are concerned about our economy. We are concerned about being alive. And we are concerned about not ending up as refugees. And if this is nothing to you, right? Of course, it's your choice, right? But I bet you should make it your business. And this is why. This is no longer a matter of if anymore. It is a matter of when. They are already here with us. All of the happenings have shown that they are with us. The terrorism is in Yoruba land. Everything you have seen or read about in northern Nigeria, they are already here with us in Yoruba land. Your politicians are busy trying to fight for positions here and there, but they are here with us in Yoruba land. So before you know it, they would be in that your room where you will have to run out for your life. Imagine if you are running from danger and you can't run into your house. You just have to run into the bush. Now that situation is coming to bear now, and the politicians are continually saying, no, it's not that bad. Oh, we are so sorry. This whole thing, they will pay the price if they have arrested the killers of our people in a war. you as a Yoruba man or as a Nigerian, the first thing you should tell yourself or you should ask them is this: they should release their identities, they should release their names. They've already started saying that, how are you sure that they are Fulanis? How are you sure that they are Boko Haram? What if somebody even came out and he said, after that slaughtering, after that massacre, after that, gruesome crime committed on the soil of Yoruba land, I have heard a Yoruba woman who came out and he said, all of you will be shocked if you find out later that it is a drug war. I say, okay, which drug lord just came to church on Sunday and all of that? You see, all of this whole thing, they are planting them in your brain, in your subconscious mind. They are there already. You have seen them, you have heard them, you have read them. And today, if they come out and say, we have arrested 5 people, and suddenly they give you their names, then they will say, didn't we tell you? All of you, we told you they are not Fulanis, they are not this and that. When eyewitnesses said these criminals were speaking, these criminals, they were dressed as military, pretty much like the rogues who stole the military fatigue of what do you call of the Nigerian government. And since they have already planted this doubt in your mind, so they can come out and tell you Ezekiel something, Adeola something, and they will cook all this up. Is it not Nigerian police? Just for you to believe that, well, maybe it is actually not what we think it is. Until you run into them, and then your story will also be denied. I have heard people who have been victims, and guess what? When they tell their stories, those who have never experienced it, those political jobbers, those ass lickers and crumb beaters and crumb chasers, right? They tell them, shut up your mouth, is a lie. Maybe, how are you sure? How are you sure? Just like Tinubu asked, where are the cows? So until you become that victim, then you tell your story and people will say, we don't believe it, Joe. And if you don't understand the pattern, I pray you don't become a victim before you understand it. And that is part of the problem as well. Politicians underplaying what should have been something that should be at the forefront, the front burner of anything they want to tell you. Well, every time they come to you to talk about insecurity, to talk about poverty and the rest, especially APC, you know what they are doing? They are admitting to the failure of their party, as well as of Boko Haram, their own Man Friday. So you can defend them for all you like. But look at northern Nigeria today. I don't think there's any part of Nigeria that has more supporters for Boko Haram than northern Nigeria. Do you know that? And I also believe that, there are numbers of men and women who actually really took it upon themselves to go out there and campaign for Boko Haram. But when the terrorists come after them, when the terrorists come calling, they don't ask them, are you a Christian or are you a Muslim? Are you for Buhari or are you not? Are you this or that? They don't ask questions. They slaughter those they will slaughter, and they take whoever they want to take. That's how it works. Which simply means that supporting them, defending them, ignoring your own exposure that could take your life just like that now for an election is a serious gamble that I don't really know how much many of you actually love your life. Yeah, you want election, do it. But see how it's going to play out. When it pans out finally, would you now probably come back when you probably get to realize that you have been played, believing in an election, ignoring your own safety, ignoring your own well-being, believing in the criminals who put you in the same problem, believing they will make a difference because you believe in them. Now you would have to come to that reality later when you are duped, played. That is if you are still alive. 32 people killed here, 14 people killed there, 30 people kidnapped, 40 people, all those things, they are human beings. I know many of you have grown to become so kind of, inhuman enough that you don't really have any empathy for anything anymore. When they tell you people died, 40 people killed, 30 people killed, you just read that like you are reading somebody saying Ronaldo scored 40 goals, Messi scored 30 goals, That's why it sounds to so many of you. Probably those goals are even more important to you than the lives of the people, because you are still alive. And to you, most of these things are being exaggerated, or we are saying them because we don't like or we hate your politicians. I don't know why you love them, but I think I have an idea. Stockholm syndrome, they call it. You will love your oppressors, you will worship them, you will adore them, and you would defend them at every given opportunity, but at the expense of your own safety, well-being, security. Come on, man. At some point, you should give yourself a break and ask yourselves, can those who put you in this problem also be part of the solution to take you out of the problem? If they should be part of the solution, have you heard about recycling? You have been recycling many of them for years now. Many of them are so old, so old that some of you will actually need to help them to walk, help them to sit, help them to change their pampers, and yet you want to continue to risk your own safety. It's such a very, very courageous foolishness to be proud of. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I won't hand over, or I would never waste my energy defending something like this, for example.
Wow. Be like APC flag.
So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end.
Can't be like say that left hand, you don't paralyze completely. I don't understand. That left one. Look at it again. Because if we talk, they go say, person we're supposed to go old people's home, care home. Maybe they take him there, right? You take care of him there. They said you think your future, your life is going to become a better one by come on, man. I mean, it's your choice, so all the best.
Wow. Be like APC flag.
So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end.
Do you understand? It's like that left hand is like it's gone. You know what I mean? But that's your choice. But the other way, when that flag, I don't know, maybe that flag is too heavy. Even Bokwari is stronger than Kolu, But again, this is what I've seen. This is why I said, if no be say, something they dear, waiting they inspire you. But it is at the same time, they call it democracy. It's your choice. On Yoruba nation we stand, Yoruba first, Yoruba interest. And on this, we would push our own campaigns, and we'll let an average Yoruba see why. Again, like, it is your choice. Why you should never be a madman or a mad woman, because now only mad people, they do same thing again and again. Then they expect different results. So it's a message. It is a democracy, isn't it? So you have a choice to say, I don't want to be part of an election. You should never be arrested for that. And whenever you say you want to be part of the election, nobody should attack you for it. Okay? So if Igbos and any other people have been disenfranchised in a supposed free and fair electoral process, how is that free and fair? How is that one Nigeria? It's all up to you. But again, us in Yoruba land, especially the real Omoko Yorubas, the ones who are never going to be the sellout for whatever reasons, the ones that are never going to continue to live in denial of what is so obvious. Those of us who are really concerned, you are not just going to sit down there, complain, lament. We are going to continue to act. So on this note, some of our messages are going to be seen in Ondo area in the next couple of days. Some of our messages are going to be seen in Ekiti, side of Yoruba land, and some of our messages are going to be seen in Kwara, also Yoruba land, as it is. So I am saying this to you now because we are not just going to sit. We've never really just sat and complained. We've always been trying our best to reach out as much as possible, okay? So we'll continue to do our part, and you continue to promote your oppressors as much as you love, okay? At the end of the day, as they say, now all of us go get the consequences for all our actions. But don't ever forget, elections, they say, has have consequences. Your choice can be your suicide note or your suicide choice. Because if they destroy us economically like Boko Haram have done, a lot of people will be dead and they will become dead men walking. Many of you are there today struggling. A lot of, struggle right now with lives. Things that shouldn't be this hard. They are harder than you can imagine. I mean, why would you want to extend such a suffering under an arrangement that is put together that is rigged against you? I've seen it. And again, I don't want you to unseen it too. You should see it. You are feeling it. If you don't change it, if you don't do it differently, you are never going to get anything different. You continue to get the same thing. Let me refill my cup and I will open my line. I'll let you call in, take a few calls before we call it a night. But before that, you should, like the video, share it, subscribe if you haven't, and then pick up your phone and dial the number. WhatsApp call only. When I get back, we would continue from here. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Adúpẹ́, báwo ni, sir?
Adúpẹ́ kú iṣẹ́ Olúwa o.
Àwa Olúwa máa ṣagbára dọ̀tun, Olúwa kú iṣẹ́ o.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks, man.
I'm happy for you the way God created you. Ó dẹ̀ ní in a very unique way.
Thank you.
And I would appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir.
God will continue to protect you. He will continue to guide you.
Amen.
No matter how the enemy does, he will never prevail over you.
Amen. Again, thank you.
So, gbogbo táwọn politicians yẹn kò sí ètò kan. Tèmi ní pé ìgbàlá fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. That's what we are after. Ká tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ as soon as possible.
Àti ẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní mọ nǹkan àwa làákàn kí n yinra wa get ó normal. Nígbà mi wà tó yẹ pé nǹkan tó yẹ kí a ti ṣe láti bí ọdún mélòó sẹ́yìn tàbá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń ṣe ń sìn nígbà mi adágbà tá a ṣe nǹkan kan ni ṣe get or wọ́n á tó gbúrò wa. So mo get message yẹn, mo get question yẹn anyway. So we have already started. A kàn ní láti increase nǹkan tá à ń ṣe to further put an appearance, out there.
Especially on this our security network.
Especially
it's really give me a lot of concern because look, we are two parallel lines that we can never meet. So don't say vote they will still come back. You will see that we are two parallel lines because interests were on the interests were on two sides is different.
So it's on two different sides.
They have passion for money. So whatever because that whether it was bad debt. But at the same time, I join to your law. educated, but as soon as possible.
As soon as possible,
People
yeah.
educate. I don't want people
only
to be
draft continue on draw day. But I can tell soccer body come on white ya she again. But I forgot first shade the last time, yeah. I first shake Maiyegun, you need to be in charge of this or that, so that then other people share back here at home. While support of Buffy and all of that. So simple to rechange. So we are now drafting a legal a sort of a legal framework for it, so that more people can come on board and they can be legally empowered to help us in what we are doing. You know what I mean? Now, so we are almost there. So hopefully, if we get that done this weekend, I will be able to tell my team to open the website, and then we can, because the purpose is to see how much help can we direct back to our people, how much help, security, and all that. And there must be an avenue where that can happen. And until we put a legal framework to that, because I've realized that what we are going to do, sir, is bigger than just what we discussed on this platform 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? But we are on it. I can promise you.
That legal framework is very good because
it is very important.
I'm going to say guide that our
exactly. So that protect our
did you do this, did you do that? Yeah. So that when we are on the safe side,
they won't be able to tag us as unknown group. Mm-hmm.
California, registered. There's no registration name, no registration number. No, it's not like that. So it can be solid on the ground.
At least. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. So can you nice day,
And you too.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I just have a caller there. He didn't tell me his name. I didn't grab that. However, the line is still pretty much opened. You can phone in. You can be part of this. Drop your own contribution, a comment. I mean, hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, ma.
Nice. I'm glad to get it right. Anyway,
I'm happy that you got through.
Àkúṣe o, Ọlọ́run á fi yìn wá o. Nǹkan tèmi kàn fẹ́ kọ́ rẹ̀ mo kàn fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ pé àwọn tí wọ́n mú yẹn ó ṣe ọlọ́pàá ló mú wọn o. Àwọn pípù yẹn tó wọ́n lọ fà yẹn wọ́n fi ẹsẹ̀ ara wọn rìn padà wá sí Ọ̀wọ̀ láti wá rìpọ́tù àwọn fáwọn làwọn ṣiṣẹ́ yìí. Wọ́n wá ti kó wọn lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ ọba ń sìn because our own contention is now that ọba yẹn nípa máa kó wọn lọ sákùrẹ́ from Àkúrẹ́ wá tún dàbújá wá tún wá fún wọn sílẹ̀. Nígbà tí àwọn èèyàn wá ti pé ń sìn bóyá àdúrà àwọn èèyàn bíi iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe ń bẹ̀ lánàá náà ṣe fi ẹsẹ̀ ara wọn rìn padà wá. Ṣé tí wọ́n ti sọ fún wọn pé kó jáde wọ́n yẹ ká lo àwọn sáyẹ́ǹsì táwa náà mọ̀ ọgbọ́n ní Yorùbá náà. Yẹn ló ṣe fún wọn tó fẹsẹ̀ ara wọn rìn padà wá yẹn o, wọ́n wá jẹ́wọ́ pé àwa la pààyàn ṣe rírú ẹ̀rí. Tó ń gbà tọ́jà wá jẹ́wọ́ pé àwọn làwọn pààyàn yẹn ń sùn.
Àwọn tí wọ́n mú wọn yẹn bí èmi á lọ find out omi ọmọ bóyá ẹ gbọ́ ọ ti ẹ̀ ń sìn má lọ gọ́sì má expect pé bọ́ ṣe mú wọn yẹn bá ṣe fún Iskilu ẹ̀rọ tìgbà táwọn OPC mú Iskilu wọ́n ya fọ́tò ẹ̀ wọ́n release orúkọ ẹ̀ wọ́n ya fọ́tò àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ wọ́n release orúkọ wọn nǹkan tí mi ń sọ nìyẹn yí pé irú àwọn information bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn títí tí Nàìjíríà máa fi tán kò sọmọ Yorùbá tó máa gbàgbé Iskilu o pé wọ́n mú Iskilu o kò sẹ́ni ọmọ Yorùbá tó rí tó ní rántí bójú ẹ̀ ṣe rí nǹkan tí mo ń tọ́ láti sọ lẹ́ǹkan nìyẹn pé kó tó di pé wọ́n kó wọn fún àwọn tó kó wọn fún ọ whatever happened ma ṣé wọ́n bá wa manage ya fọ́tò wọn ṣẹ́yìn rí ojú wọn anywhere so far ma.
tó tiẹ̀ yẹ kí ọlọ́wọ̀ sọ pé kó máa kó wọn lọ sákùrẹ́ àbó yẹ kán dáná sun wọn.
kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣe o ọlọ́wọ̀ ò lè ní kó ṣe nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn tó mú wọn ló yẹ kán ó ti yẹ yín sìn bọ̀ moment kámẹ́rà ti gbé yẹn ṣe ti yẹ yín sìn tẹ́nì kankan bá ṣe anything gbà yẹn mọ́ ẹ̀kan realize pé gbogbo Ọ̀wọ̀ Oǹdó everywhere wọ́n á wá kó àwọn sójà wọn àwọn ọmọ wa ló máa kó lọ Àbújá.
ok
àwọn bá láti jẹ́ kó dé ọ̀dọ̀ ọlọ́wọ̀ like tó bá fi lọ èmi àti wọn bá láti jẹ́ kó dọ́dọ̀ ọlọ́wọ̀ bọ̀ ṣé nìkan tó ti fi mu débẹ̀ yẹn wàláì tó bá ṣe ẹni ti fún wọn ẹ̀kan máa dẹ́pọ̀ pé wọ́n ti gbé ọlọ́wọ̀ fúnra ra ẹ̀ ni that's how bó ṣe ti reduce wa tó nìyẹn bọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ èèyàn wa ló mú wọn ìyẹn dá o.
àwọn èèyàn wa kọ́ ló mú wọn wọ́n ṣe oògùn wọ́n pe orí wọn padà wá wọ́n fẹsẹ̀ wọn padà wá jẹ́wọ́.
That's good.
So you understand me?
I'm with you ma so clearly. Well, we thank God for that. No, that kó wọ́n lọ bọ̀gún lánàá ni àwọn obìnrin ló jáde lánàá ní Ọ̀wọ̀ tó sọ pé gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe ó ti ń sìn dé lénìí lẹ́fi sọ pé wọ́n ní wọ́n rìn padà wá and all of that yẹn gẹ́ so like bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe sọ́mà tí ó bá yẹ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó dà pé àwọn sáyẹ́ǹsì wa gan sìn gan lè bóyá ká wọ́ wọn jáde láti inú igbó gan káwọn èèyàn lu àwọn kìíní yìí kọ́ proof nǹkan.
Then kò sófin mọ́ nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wa máa gbọ́ báyìí ẹ má bẹ̀rù òfin mọ́ nǹkan tá a máa fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní da ojú òfin because Fúlàní ò tẹ̀lé òfin kankan. We must not continue to follow their òfin. There is no country. There was a country, but there is no more a country now. So we should know now. An eye for an eye ni mo ṣe padà wá tí àwọn Yorùbá mi bá ń gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń pè wọ́n kó padà wá kó wá gbé bọ́ yẹn kó wá kojú ẹ̀ sí àwọn kó dẹ̀ para wọn ni.
àwọn èèyàn wá kàn tiẹ̀ wá ń bí tó sọ pé káwọn èèyàn wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní organize ara wọn débi pé lóòótọ́ tẹ bá mọ camp tí wọ́n wà all the camps tí wọ́n bá wà ẹ̀yẹ yìí tẹ bá overpower wọn gbogbo àwọn ìbọn wọn tó kó dání AK-47 kankan ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn ní kò sófin lẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ kó gbogbo ẹ̀ ìjọ tó bá tún wá again òun lẹ máa fi pàdé wọn àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́.
òun lẹ máa fi pàdé wọn tó bá ti rí wọn kọ́ lọ kó bọ̀ wọn ẹ bá ti rí wọn tẹ̀ máa gbà bọ̀ wọn ẹ máa ṣe wọn bó ṣe wù wọn táwọn wèrè wọn bá dé gan tó bá rí pé a ti kò lóde ni wọ́n á mọ̀ you understand me ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa bẹ̀rù pẹ̀lú wípé àwọn òun follow òfin o. So Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ló wa lágbára lọ.
Àmín. Can you nice it yes ma. So I like that. Now let me take another call by the way. Hello. Hello, sir. Do you mind giving me just give me 1 second, sir? I'm going to put you on a hold, okay? Don't go anywhere. Please, just a minute, okay? Just 1 minute. Thank you. Right. So what our lady caller said earlier was that the people who committed the terrorism in Owo, that the news is that they were not arrested by the police. Or the news of their arrest is that they were not arrested by the police. They were there was this sort of ritual performed yesterday, which now forced them to walk back. For me, I'm just interested in the identity. Make us see these ISWAP guys who committed these atrocities, but we haven't received a proper image. Even their own identities, everything is still pretty much like being rushed. You know what I mean now? So if any of you have the identity, the names, you can just give it to us in the comment section, okay? It's going to be part of the chat this evening. At least it's happening now, isn't it? Sir.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Akiola speaking from London.
Mr. Akiola.
Thank you so much for your effort on this struggle.
Thank you, sir.
And I appreciate you so much. And every time I call, and I always appreciate you for what you have been doing. Yoruba, sorry, èdè wa la máa sọ sí àti gbadẹ ìlú wa already. Yes, I'm sure Nigeria ma ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá èdè wa la máa sọ sí. So nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé tèmi fẹ́ sọ lórí àwọn tó wá ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ni pé because lálẹ́ àná mo gbọ́ pé wọ́n sọ pé nígbà tí wọ́n mú trailer yẹn wọ́n ní àwọn people nǹkan fẹ́ ṣe pé èmi ò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ believe inú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ìgbọ́ Nàìjíríà oríṣiríṣi strategy náà máa ń lò. Wọ́n ní wọ́n sọ pé ìgbà tí àwọn people yẹn pé tán ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn tán láyé lọ àwọn èèyàn jáde nígbà tí àwọn obìnrin ọ̀wọ́ jáde tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lọ bọ àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ pé tán bọ pé òun náà ṣe fẹsẹ̀ rìn padà. Yes, and lóòótọ́ mo ní ènìyàn gan síbẹ̀ yẹn sí Ọ̀wọ̀ yẹn tó jẹ́ pé olórí aláwo wọn ni pẹ̀lú ọba yẹn nínú Ọ̀wọ̀ yẹn. So mo láti try láti ṣe investigation mi dáadáa torí kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ó máa mọ̀ ó dẹ̀ máa gbọ́ òun la dípa gbogbo Ọ̀wọ̀ yẹn ó ti yé sí. So àná mo wá sọ fún wọn lánàá nígbà tí mi ń ṣe investigation mo wá ní ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tẹ́ sọ pé ṣé ó yẹ kán ya ojú wọn. And again mo fẹ́ lọ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá mi ò fẹ́ kí irú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ a ní ìdí láti máa sọ pé ká lè ṣiṣẹ́ sí pé kán lè rí wa pé àwa la ṣiṣẹ́ a ní ìdí yẹn mọ́.
Nǹkan tí bòrù dé kó bòrù lọ ni kí.
Nǹkan tó bá ti bòrù dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nǹkan tó bá ti sọ pé àwọn àgbà wo ló máa ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n á ní ohun bí tóun bá ti wà ohun kan ní ìyẹ̀mọ́láyé. Yes, because à ń ṣe show à ń jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé à ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìyẹn ò ń ṣe wá. Nísìnyí báyìí àwa gan fara wa gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́wọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá because ẹ mọ̀ pé máa ń tẹnu mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kan because due to pé nǹkan tèmi sọ yìí ìjà tèmi ti jà rí ni tí ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ní ayé 83 yẹn yes tí ẹ bá gbọ́ pé ní Nàìjíríà ní ayé ìgbà kan ní 1983 tí mò ń sọ yìí wọ́n kó àwọn mọ́pò ìjà Awólọ́wọ̀ pẹ̀lú Ṣàgárí ni tó jẹ́ pé tí gbogbo kan ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tán kó àwọn mọ́pò yẹn láti lè sọ pé kán lè ṣe kíní yẹn ó ti yẹ yín sí there but to God who gives the glory àwọn ọba kọ́ ọmọ asẹ́gun wọn lọ sí lórí dè ní wọ́n àrí wọn dè ní o wọ́n àrí wọn dè ní ó ti yẹ yín sí please I'm talking to the world wọ́n àrí wọn dè ní láti gbogbo kíní yẹn dè ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì gan wá wọn sí asẹ́gun wọn lọ́nu gbénu pẹ̀lú atẹ́gùn nù èyí tí ò lè bọ́ṣọ ẹ̀ má ò lè bọ́ṣọ so nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ káwọn Yorùbá ká dúró ká mọ̀ pé yẹ́sà ti dúró báyìí nǹkan yẹn ó dẹ̀ sì wà níbi tó wà àwa kan sì ń dúró ní ọ̀hún torí àfẹ́ tó jà ẹ̀ àwa sì ń bọ̀ nlé àmọ́ á jẹ́wọ́ ọmọ ọkọ.
kí bá ti jọ kó ti wà sókè ẹ̀rà tán sí èmi láwọn
ó ti jọra wọn báyìí sí pé àwa náà máa padà wọ́n alẹ́ alọ́gbé nǹkan ẹ̀ àgbé pamọ́ ni àwa àwọn ti pé afẹ́ni tọ́ alọ́gbé pamọ́ ni àdẹ̀sí ń bọ̀ ká múra pé àwa ń bọ̀ kí Fúlàní gbogbo tó wà nígbè yẹn wọ́n dúró èyí náà pé kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ lóńdó Ondo town Òkègbó Ìdànrè kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ wọn bí wọn rí wọn gbọ́ náà ní jẹ́ wá bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo wọn tó jẹ́ síbẹ̀ wọ́n máa padà wá sí gbòòrò fara wọn èmi mọ̀ ẹ lọkọ rẹ̀ yẹn dẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. so náà ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀yàn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má ṣe ojú ẹ má jàyà nǹkan tó bá ti wà ló ti wà ẹ má ṣó fídíò ẹ bá bá fi wọn lọ ẹ má fi wọn lọ ní nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe é sìn mo forúkọ Ọlọ́run ọba mo fi bẹ̀ gbogbo Yorùbá ariwo ní ìdáriwo mọ́ ariwo òṣè ṣé nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ká ṣe yes and lórí pé mo fẹ́ ká ẹ ṣe kíní kan mo fẹ́ ká ẹ wà nínú struggle yìí kẹ́ ẹ tètè ṣe meeting bí a ṣe máa dáwó fún security because àwọn èèyàn wa ẹ̀mí wa gbé ẹ̀mí wọn ó jẹ wá lógún gan gidi gẹ́gẹ́ bí màmá wa ní tìrìtì ọ̀làmì so bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa dìde èmi fẹ́ ká wà nínú first strong powerful fún security kìíní ká mọ̀ pé a ní legal team tó jẹ́ pé àwa náà tá a bá sọ pé ó yá ẹ̀yin ọmọ wa ó yá ẹ gbéra ẹ lọ bí báyìí ẹ lọ bí báyìí which is gbogbo kíní wọ̀nyí ni mo ti bá kò kì í sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó di à.
àwọn èèyàn wà nílẹ̀ tó ń dúró báyìí pé resources ló láti tẹ̀ wọ́n lọ́wọ́ èmi ti láwọn èèyàn wà nílẹ̀ tó yẹ kó sọ pé àwọn ti fọ́ọ̀mù cluster security system nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ pé.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni lánàá mo gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
táwọn bá ní resources gidi àgbélẹ̀gbọ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ó ti yá nǹkan tó ní sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ka ṣe ni pé ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin ni gbogbo èèyàn trọ́ọ̀sì Ọlọ́run ọba tó fún yín ní ìmọ̀ àti òye yẹn ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ tètè bá wa láǹdì ọ̀pù pẹ̀lú àwọn tíìmù yín ká máa bá ṣe yẹ́ ká máa bí adúfẹ́ bẹ̀ sí contribute ká máa fi lè assist wọn títí ìsàlẹ̀ dán ó ti yé yín sí ìyẹn mo fẹ́ ká ṣe é sùn ẹjọ́.
ẹ ṣe gan kẹ́ni náà ṣe ṣàṣẹgbọ́ mọ́ àpòṣe.
gbọ́dọ̀ dúró mọ́ kò tẹ̀lé mọ́ àṣọ pé máa dìbò ìlànà ọmọ wa ó kiri sọ pé ó ní àmà pé níṣẹ́ báyìí àwọn máa fún àwọn máa tó tẹ̀lé lẹ́tà sí wọn wọ́n tó máa gbé àwọn sí lára wọn mọ́ àti lára wọn mọ́ so láti bọ̀ àwọn máa ti bẹ̀ láti máa jẹ́ kó yé wọn so ó ti tó bá wù kí tó máa lọ dìbò ẹ̀ disturb ẹ̀ táwọn náà bá ṣe jù àkó mọ́ disturb wa bàtà wọn sọ pé anybody ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá sọ pé òun fẹ́ disturb ìgbà ìlà máa sọ pé àwọn náà máa ṣe fún wọn so kò sí jàánú ẹ̀ ìgbàtí mi kàn fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn.
Bless you, sir. Thank you so much. Can you nice it, yeah?
And you too, sir. Yes.
So just another second. Let me take please my caller. Hello there.
Yeah, good evening,
Good evening. Do you mind giving me 1 minute as well? I will put you. I'm going to put you on hold, and I will be back in a minute. Okay.
Yeah. Take your time.
Okay. So again, just what my last caller said, Elder Akin, from here in the UK, he said that he is not comfortable with our people showing the video, taking pictures of these arrested assailants or these terrorists, as they claim, that he would rather they don't in any way show or share anything about them. Just let it all be gone as it should be. And at the same time, he's saying that this issue of using the African our own Nigerian, what's it called? or something, I don't know. Yeah. So our own Ibile, that if we can all, I mean, it is not about, intimidating others with it anymore. It is pretty much about using it for our own protection now. If we have them, we should begin to use them even more now that we are surrounded. And he also made everybody realize that there are Yorubas who are also following things back home, and many of them who are also preparing to come back home at a certain time, in this whole struggle. And most importantly, to these Fulanis and their own islands in our forest, that they shouldn't think that people don't know what to do, but it's just a matter of time before they will be, flushed out of Yoruba land. Because yes, there are those who are interested. I'm one of them. Hello there.
Yes, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. Sorry for keeping you waiting. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you?
I'm very well, at least surviving. So you're alive. Everybody can hear you, sir.
Okay, Maiyegun. You saw what happened in Lagos today, right? About the PVC.
I saw it.
So that is to show people what is about to come in 2023. This is another tribal sentiment or tribal. They are coming now to create tribal war, but people need to resist this.
It's going to get worse, and I'm worried.
Yes, to be honest, I'm worried. Whether Tinubu goes there or Atiku, the damage will be so. It will be uncontrollable, Maiyegun. Look what happened at Owo, or what do they call them?
Yeah.
And these people, they are busy. They are busy telling us about how they're going to fix Nigeria or whatever. Only if that kind of thing happen anywhere in Europe, Maiyegun, believe me, the whole head of state will go there to go and mourn with them. But among
Yorubas do have it. The Yorubas, my own Yoruba brothers and sisters who probably defended these rogues for this long, they have no idea. Yoruba, I mean, Buhari don't give a damn about anybody. Do you know that? Doesn't care.
But this is what they want. This is the way they want their thing to be. They have changed the system in a way. Even if any other person enter there, you cannot have any chance to do anything. No. Where will you start? If you say, okay, you want to change the security system, okay, you will change the big officers. What about the foot soldiers? The foot soldiers, they are all Boko Haram. I have a friend in the military. He said they are, when they go out, they have another group inside that military again. That them themselves, they don't know what is their agenda.
It is all messed up. I mean, soldiers, they shoot soldiers.
Yeah. So where will you start?
Killing too much
where will you start? Yes, because the country has been destroyed with terrorists, but people doesn't know. Even in the police, the army,
they are living in denial. That's what people are doing. People
anywhere
know.
You can talk.
Baba, people know. They know what is going on. They just love to deny it. You get what I mean now?
Yes.
Those who deny mostly.
For me, Maiyegun,
yeah.
if everybody can stay together as one people, I'm not against it, but we need to define our saying,
exactly.
Our friendship. What category of friendship are we doing?
Exactly. What kind of nation? What's the agreement? So everybody know in boundary.
What is the agreement?
That's it.
Yes.
Why is that difficult?
Instead of talking how to fix 1999 constitution, they are busy talking about elections. And the person, because they know that if they change the constitution, they think it's against their interest. But
it is. You know what? Let's be honest. Changing the constitution, putting the right things there is against the interest of these people who are milking Nigeria. Don't let us join them in denying. And that's why they will never let it happen.
They can never tell you anything. They will use it as campaign and tell you that when they go there, they will change it.
Easy
when
now.
they get there, they wouldn't do anything.
If you work against yourself, if you turn gun on your own head when you know mad, that is what you're asking them to do when they gain power. You ask them to change the constitution, or you ask them to devolve the power, or you ask them to restructure Nigeria, you're asking them to put gun in their head. They will never do it.
It's as simple as that. It's like, oh my God, man. Sometimes I look what is happening in Nigeria, I get mad. I say, can they think? Is people asking too much? Is it not for everybody's interest?
Sad. And pathetic as well. Because you know what?
No.
The people pushing all of this, they are supposed to be educated people, right? You know my own disappointment, my brother. You know my own disappointment. Educated people, they are the ones doing graphic design, writing all this nonsense for Atiku, writing all these lies for Tinubu, right? Educated people. They will then sell the lies to the illiterates. Then the illiterate will now queue and vote for these rogues. Then when the rogues get to power and started doing their usual, educated people will now blame the illiterate for electing these people because they collected money, forgetting that they are the ones who do all the packaging. Educated people. Since I see all that chain of command,
people,
it's just pretty much like a mess.
Maiyegun, you see what is going on in Nigeria. Nobody wants to sacrifice among those elites.
Sacrifice.
They don't want to say, oh, no. They feel like if Nigeria get better, nobody will recognize that. They will be, I don't know what is in their mind, but they don't know that is when, if it's money you're looking for, you're going to see money, everybody will be happy.
They don't know. They don't know.
No.
How do you want them to know that you are rich when everybody for the same street, where everybody can't get electricity? How you want to know? Say, you see that house there, that fine house there, they always get light because one rich man is living there. That is man inhumanity to man, which has made Nigeria a turn-by-turn Nigeria limited. Who wants to be part of that?
The problem now is even the masses. Nobody wants to sacrifice also.
Sacrikini. For what? Where everybody can just make their own shortcuts, make what you want to make. Nigeria is a business center, my brother. But about
what happened, Maiyegun, about what happened at our war. For me, I know for real, like, these people, they will not escape. Because you cannot just enter and commit this kind of atrocity and get away and go away. The blood will first cover your face for days. That is why whenever I'm robber, go see somewhere and kill somebody. Tomorrow they go catch you will wonder why did they run away? That the blood will cover their face. They wouldn't know. They will just be worrying around the city. And I saw one thing with the Yoruba women, the women of that time, they did. They carry old knife, thief. Talk one thing, say those people will kill themselves. But for me, when I was looking at it, I said what they are doing. I said, no, these people will kill themselves, but I don't believe these people will leave this town because there's other people again that can do something. You people that do this thing, you cannot even leave town. Yeah. So I'm not surprised they catch them. To be honest,
something to say.
Yes.
Well, a bit of a good news, but me, I wish it was the other way around. Not like they handed them over like somebody else said earlier. Yeah. But thanks, Baba. Let me take another call.
All right, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you stay safe too. Yeah. Bye bye. So I have this caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Hello. Yeah, hi, Maiyegun.
Hello there.
First time, man, you.
First.
That's what you're doing, thank goodness.
I am happy that.
Hello. Ṣàlàáfíà ló wà, kú iṣẹ́ o.
Adúpẹ́ àlàáfíà ni.
Sorry. Àwọn ọmọ ń kọ́ ṣàlàáfíà tìyá wọn. God bless you.
Adúpẹ́ ma.
Yeah, Olúwa gbọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sókè o.
Àmín.
Oníṣàṣetì.
Àmín ma.
Yeah, ṣòro ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ará bí yẹn àbọ̀ abá ni. Yorùbá ní àṣà ń bẹ́ yẹlé ń ṣeré ẹyẹlé ń yọ ẹyẹlé ń ṣekú ṣeré. Ṣé ojú yọ bọ́lẹ̀ jẹ́ kó máa ṣe tiẹ̀? Àwa Yorùbá nation làwa dúró tì. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́nìbọdì tó lè yọ wá kúrò níbẹ̀. Bàbá wa Sunday Igboho Ọlọ́run á lọ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé a lè bí lọ́mọ. Ọlọ́run á lọ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀, Ọlọ́run á gbọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sókè. Torí nígbà tó Ọlọ́run mú Mósè yọ ọjọ́ kìíní tó fi síwájú Férò. Ó rò pé yẹ̀yẹ́ ni. So bọ́lọ́run ṣe máa dì lámùrè nìyẹn. Ológun dúdú níjọ́sí tó tiẹ̀ ń ṣe fónílé tó ń ṣe fàlejò tó ń jẹ tó ń mu lábẹ́ tó mọ̀ worldwide ta ló mojú yọbọ́ ìlú ẹ̀ ló kàn tí ń ṣe local champion olórí burúkú tó ti ń ṣe local champion in the 50s náà ti ná bí èmi tí mi ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí Ọbalẹ́ndé náà bí mi sí in the 50s àwa rèé jèrè
ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gbé kólẹ̀ fojú yọbọ tó wá dèní tó wá di pé àti tòjé bó ló ṣàlọ́wọ́.
ọmọ ọ̀ràn gbèje ọmọ àtọ̀húnrìn wá ọmọ àtòkò wá balẹ̀ jẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo all his life fake ni school tó lọ fake orúkọ ẹ̀ fake gbogbo ẹ̀ fake so kí lè expect from him. àwọn aláràkà tó tiẹ̀ wá ń dùn mí jù làwọn aláràkà wọn yóò fọ àwọn ìyá ṣe ara tó ti tọjọ́ ọ̀la ọmọ wọn their children's children has been mortgaged. wọ́n tún yọ̀dí sẹ́yìn wọ́n ń jọ́ ọmọ olódò ìdẹ wọ́n ń jó wẹ́sẹ̀. àánú yín ṣe mí. Èkó tó jẹ́ pé kóhun tó dé omi wà there was water there was pipe bomb water. There was power to facilitate people's business.
Schools everything was working on.
Wọ́n ṣe wo kí náà ti ń pè wo jàǹkàrà. Wo títì jàǹkàrà bó ṣe rí nígbà táwọn wà kékeré fountains wà tàti máa lọ ṣeré nídìí odò dẹ̀ láti lọ pàdé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tàti máa ṣeré tá máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ kò sí gbogbo yẹn mọ́ baálé ilé ajílẹ̀ kò sí kò lè boast of 100 naira àánú wọn ló kàn ṣe mí táwọn diaspora bá pa wọn ti tá fún wọn lówó ijó ẹlẹ́yà wọn tó ń jó yẹn wọ́n á fẹ́ńfẹ́ ara wọn á balẹ̀ wọ́n yọ̀dí sílẹ̀ wọ́n ń jó àwọn yóò fọ àwọn ìyá ṣìárà tó ti mọ́gèjì ọjọ́ ọ̀la wọn gbogbo àwọn ìyàwó ilé wọn dá láṣẹ́wó àwọn ọkùnrin á máa sọ fún ìyàwó wọn pé kọ́ họ́zù lọ kò kí àbúyọ́ ti lọ bá ìyàwó òun sùn gbogbo àwọn tó dé dàyín sàdọ̀tọ̀ yìí ti ronú àwọn pípọ̀ yẹn amukun mẹ́kan ni wọ́n amukun mẹ́kan kò sí security kò sí nǹkan kan ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ibikíbi tẹ́ bá wà ẹ jẹ́ pàkínítì tá bá rí gbogbo àwọn ohun làbáláyé bàbá wa tó wà lọ́wọ́ yìí ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí nílùú ń fẹ̀ ìjà ọ̀rẹ́ ọjọ́ kìíní tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní da àwọn agbọ́n sínú igbó kó lọ máa ta wọ́n kọ́bọ̀ tàbí zombi báyìí kọ́ wá kó gbogbo irinṣẹ́ wọn yẹn kọ́ wá kó lẹ̀ àwa pa ní ìdí ẹ̀ àwa bàbá ní ìdí ẹ̀ ń bí kẹlọ kó sájà ẹ̀ lò ọlọ́run ti sọ pé àwọn gan-an máa wá mú kí ló ti ń pè wẹ́pọ̀nù náà máa wá mú wá bá wa.
bàtọ́ bá jẹ́ ká rà á wọ́n ní ká má ra weapon wọn ò jẹ́ wọ́n ti border ẹ ti get ma so definitely bóyá àwọn ló máa kọ́kọ́ supply first one fún wa lóòótọ́ mò ń gbọ́ yín mà.
àwọn ní o ọlọ́run bí ẹ̀mí ọlọ́run àlàyé tó gbénú mi bó ṣe ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ àwọn náà máa kó kinní yẹn wá ẹ wò gbà yẹn nígbà wọn ni táwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì ń bẹ̀rù àwọn Egyptian nígbà tó sàkókò kan ọlọ́run sọ fún Mósè pé kó sọ fún wọn pé kó lọ bá wọn gbogbo góòlù ọwọ́ wọn gbogbo ẹ̀ṣọ́ ọwọ́ wọn gbogbo owó tó ti jọ wọn tàn sọ wọn kò fún wọn àwọn yẹn ti lọ tọkọ kíyè wọn tó sọ kọ́ pé yé kí làwọn ṣe orú ẹ̀ ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí o orú ẹ̀ ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ẹ má mú wọn lọ́dọ̀ ọba kankan ẹ má mú wọn lọ́dọ̀ joyè àkìlọ̀ ìṣẹ̀yìn náà èdè ṣe mẹ́nu mọ́ ẹ̀yin ará òwe dìde gbogbo nǹkan gbà ní gbogbo ó lè kú ìjà ọ̀rẹ́ gbogbo ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dìde dédé ẹ̀wọ̀n ọba èèwà níjẹ̀bú ọba ń ta dédé ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹ pàlẹ́ o àkárí ìgbò dédé ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹni kókó rẹ ẹ bá wọn ẹ̀ka gbogbo àwọn aláràkàwé ẹ bá wọn flush wọn dànù ẹ gbá àwọn agẹmọ wọn ẹ gbé wọn dìde ó ti dojú rẹ̀ sọ wọn fẹ́ mọ̀ bá a ṣe tó wọ́n fẹ́ mọ̀ bá a ṣe tó some test ẹni they are tempting us they are testing our water bóyá ó gbóná bóyá ó tutù ẹ̀yin náà ẹ jẹ́wọ́ ara yín fún wọn ẹ ṣe ìpa gbogbo olúwa sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ìpa sí náà ọlọ́run ló lè gbò náà òun ló rán àwọn màlẹ́kà yẹn wá níjọ́ wọn ni tó wá kọ́ wa bó ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo ìṣẹ̀ṣe yìí ẹ dìde o ẹ má jẹ́ káwọn pípù yìí ẹ má jẹ́ kó wọlé sí wa lọ́rọ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ wọn pa wá run o ẹ má jẹ́ wọn pa wá run bò Máyégún má ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ bàbá wa gbowó ń bi tẹ́ bá wà gbogbo ibi tẹ́yìn náà bá ti gbogbo ibi tẹ́ wà yẹn náà mọ̀ pé ẹ lè dá sínú afẹ́fẹ́ àbílíìvẹ̀ ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dà á pé gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ogun yín kàn dìde torí àwọn tó fi jẹ kí náà ti ń pè wọn tó fi jẹ àwòdì wọn mà lè gbádìí o kìnní náà ń kó sí o Àtíkù náà ń kó sí o tó ń yọra bí ọjọ́ àwọn tẹ́ pè ní Basọ̀run yín àbí kílẹ̀ tí wọ́n jẹ so ẹ dìde o gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá wà ní gbogbo ìdúwà ẹ dìde ẹ gbé gbogbo àwọn oṣù yẹn ẹ gbé wọn dìde Máyégún adarẹ o ó máa ṣìṣe ó máa ṣubú dànù o
àṣẹ òye mi wọ́n ṣe o
ó máa ṣubú dànù
ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ á gùn o
àwọn ọṣì gbogbo àwọn ọṣì wà ní Ìjẹ̀bú dédé wọn rí máa wà lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ wọ́n máa dẹ̀yìn wọ́n máa dẹ̀yìn wọ́n á ró ẹ lámùrè kò ṣe tú fóṣó wọ́n á ró ẹ lámùrè èṣe túrí ibi fúlàní wọ́n á ró ẹ lámùrè èṣe túrí àwọn amọ̀niṣe ni dédé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ bọ́ọ̀tà ọ̀tá bọ́ọ̀rẹ̀ ọlọ́run á máa bẹ́ pa dédé wọn rú o.
àṣẹ o àṣẹ o yé mi o
o ṣe o
o ṣe o
wọn
wo ṣe o aṣara tù mí náà yín o koríwó mi wú o ọlọ́wà túbọ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́pẹ́rí mi o.
gbẹ̀dẹ̀ ó máa ń tẹ̀jà nálẹ̀ odò ẹ máa ní ẹ lórúkọ Jésù ẹni ìbákọ́kára ní ẹ ṣó máa ní wọn límẹ̀rì abiyamọ òde ọ̀run
àṣẹ in Jesus name
wá èṣe túró ṣoré èṣe túrá ìyá torí dédé ìjà gbogbo ayé òun náà rò ń jà wò èṣì ìjà tẹ̀rẹ̀ èṣì ìmọ̀tara ẹni nìkan yes ìjà dédé ayé òun náà rò ń jà
ó ṣe òye mi
àwọn òṣì dédé àwọn òṣì wà nílẹ̀ Oòduà ilẹ̀ ṣe ti jẹ̀bù nìkan dédé wọn ìbá gbé ẹ̀ ọba ń tà ní dédé wọn ìmá gbé ẹ̀
àwọn agẹmọ mẹ́rìndínlógún
arógbá aṣọ má balẹ̀ Jésù Kristi ọmọ Ọlọ́run pàápàá ó wà lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ digbí ó lílẹ̀rì ó wà lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ tó fọkàn rẹ̀ balẹ̀ ibà ní Ìgbòho akínwẹ́ o ìbò kúbọ̀ rẹ̀ báwọ̀ ẹ̀ bá ní dàrá fẹ́fẹ́ o
kẹmájú ń pẹ́ o ẹgbẹ́ mi o
kọ́ máa pọ́róde o torí wọ́n ti kọ́ kó bá sún yé jàǹdùkú tó máa kẹ́rù rẹ̀
wọ́n kínú bí jàm jogun lẹ́ni wọ́n kínú bí jàm jogun ṣó má bínú fìlú lẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni o
tó má fi bínú fìlú lẹ̀
kọ́ má pọ̀ ní gbòòrò kọ́ má pọ̀ bí zombi a ní ìdídéde irin títò náwó wọn o.
ẹni ṣe wo yé mi o àbọ̀rẹ́ o ó dàbọ̀ ó dàrọ̀ o.
ẹ fojú yọbọ ilẹ̀ èlé nífọ̀n èlé kanna wọ́n ṣe bọ́ ṣe ayim laki ni kújẹ pèsè ráyìn lákìjẹ ẹ̀yìn inú iná ilé òun náà lọ sọ ọmọ ẹranko máa yájẹ ìyàwó.
That just got off there. Okay. A quick one. Sorry, dear, for my caller. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Make us steal your time because I need to tell people what I had just there now. Okay, just 1 minute, please. Now, my caller, who is our lady, a first-time caller, and at the same time, talking about our lady who is over 70. That's our mother who was, according to her, she's a Lagosian, a real Lagosian, so to say. You know what I mean? And she's pretty much concerned that, at this point, we should not be distracted. Let's leave Tinubu and Izo. He will meet his Waterloo. It's not our own to make. He will eventually meet that. So when it comes to us as a people and what concerns us, our security, safety, we should use all we have, continue to use all we have to defend ourselves and without waiting for anyone, including our own African jazz. Hello there.
Hello. Wekushe.
How are you, ma? Bontiwa.
Hey, adúpẹ́ lọ́lọ́run lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba. Wekushe o. Owó ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà wọ̀. Wọ́n fọ ẹsẹ̀ eku. Rofin rẹ̀ débi wọn máa ti pọ̀. Ṣáwọn idiot yẹn ṣán fẹ́ sí ara wọn rìn. Wàá rí balance ọlọ́wọ̀. So why tí ọlọ́wọ̀ fún wa protect wọn? Kí àwọn boys wa kó stop pé wọ́n bá ti mú àwọn pípú yìí wọ́n mú wọn lọ síbì kan. No, ẹgbẹ́ ìdájọ́ ọwọ́ fún wọn ni. Because all people you take permission kan tó wá pa àwọn èèyàn níbi tó ti ń pa àwọn èèyàn káàkiri.
Take permission, ma.
So why do you need permission? Because ẹ tí ó ti mọ̀ pé tó bá mú wọn, wọ́n ní wọ́n kó wọn lọ s'Àkúrẹ́. Tó bá d'Àkúrẹ́, wọ́n ní kó kó wọn wá s'Àbújá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wọ́n fi wọ́n lẹ̀ nìyẹn.
Wọ́n ti d'Àbújá.
Wọ́n tún padà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àwọn tó mú sílù wákìlì. Àwọn yẹn ló lọ ṣẹ̀wọ̀n náà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ìjọ òla tó fẹ́ gbọ́n di kìíní. Ìtọ́ba ti mú nínú àwọn pìpú yìí. Kọ́mọ̀ ti ẹ̀gbọ́ ìsísẹ́m pé wọ́n lọ fi wọ́n ṣe ṣó kankan àbí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe fídíò wọn. Kọ́ gbẹ̀dájọ́ ọwọ́ fún wọn nítorí àwọn náà take permission kankan tó lọ gbẹ̀dájọ́ ọwọ́ fún èèyàn kankan. Wọ́n kó orí ammunitions wọn nínú trailer ní ìjẹta àbíjọ́ wo ni. Lẹ́kìtì, wọ́n tún ṣú ẹ̀. Irú stupidity wo ni ẹ? ammunition tó yẹ pé kí Yorùbá kọ́kọ́ lọ kó pamọ́ because sooner or later lílo ẹ̀ ṣì máa jáde náà. ẹ má jẹ́ ká gọ̀ fún àsìkò yìí. n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ìṣẹ́ṣẹ́jọ́ sí ní Ìbàdàn wàláì wọ́n jẹ́wọ́ fún wọn ní. nítorí nígbà tó kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn pípé ló kọ́kọ́ mú wọn fa hàn nígbà tó dijọ́ kejì àwọn ọmọ wa rí response lọ síbẹ̀ from everywhere ní. àwọn fúnra wọn kánlẹ̀ ni. tó bá ti mú wọn ẹ má wulẹ̀ mú wọn lọ sẹ́ni wíà. nígbà tí òpìpì bá máa dáná sún yàn ibi tó bá ti mú yàn ẹ náà lọ sí dáná sún wọn làwọn change ẹ fún. ẹ̀yin náà change ẹ fún wọn. kò sẹ́ni tó ní monopoly sí wàhálà. ìtọ́ba ṣe sọ pé kínní àmọ̀ pé tí kábíyèsí bá sọ tó fún wọn lẹ̀ nísìn pé ẹ̀kọ́ lọ ṣe kọ́kọ́ fún wọn wọ́n máa wá gbọ́ lọ́wọ́ lọ́la ni.
ẹ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ni máa sọ free ọlọ́wọ̀ ni o free ọlọ́wọ̀ hashtag free ọlọ́wọ̀ bàbá ní Nàìjíríà.
ibi tí wọ́n bá ti mú wọn wọ́n pè dájọ́ wọ́n fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni. kọ́ máa wulẹ̀ tiẹ̀ mú wọn kúrò ń bẹ̀. mo mọ̀ yìí pé nǹkan tó fi mú wọn fẹsẹ̀ ara wọn rìn lọ síbi tí wọ́n ti lọ pa wọ́n yẹn. òun náà ni wọ́n ti máa ibi wẹ̀rẹ́bà tó bá kó wọn lọ. odò kì í ṣọ̀kò bojú ẹ̀yìn. kọ́ gbé fún wọn ní straight. bó ti ń lọ yẹn wọn ò ní débi tí wọ́n ń lọ. ó di ó lọ sóko kòdókó ó di ó lọ sódò kòdódò.
kòdódò ni o oroko kòdókó. Thank you so
honestly they're supposed to kill every one of them. See how many lives tí wọ́n àwọn idiot yẹn waste.
including children.
until tí Yorùbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fi hàn wọ́n wípé we are Yorubas. We don't even need their stupid gun. Àwa la ní tí wọ́n pè ní ọdún ní èdè. Àwa la ní tí wọ́n pè ní ohùn. Àwa la ní tí wọ́n pè ní èpè. Ìjẹ̀bú ló lè pè.
Ìjẹ̀bú ní pé o múrun èdè kan yìí ló.
Ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ fi lé wọn ní mọ̀sán.
Mo rántí ìgbà tí wọ́n invade Mọ̀sán gbà yẹn náà they are everywhere gbà yẹn o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ṣáàlé wọn. Ṣẹ́gun máa kúrò nílùú ni ẹ̀fọ́ ti kẹ́rù. Ẹ jọ ó dìgbà tá a bá ń fi Yorùbá hàn wọ́n. Unless gbogbo kìíní ọkùnrin kan sọ̀rọ̀ pé ibi táwọn gbé pamọ́ sí ogun tá a bá ń ṣe tá a fi hàn ọmọdé irú ògùn bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ń parun ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fi hàn àwọn ọmọ wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi hàn lóòótọ́ ẹ̀rù máa ń bà wá wípé kọ́ máa mi ìsúzẹ̀ nǹkan tó tẹ àwọn ìlọ́sọ̀f àwọn àgbàlagbà wa tí wọ́n fi gbé agbára lọ nìyẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi hàn wọ́n. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi hàn àwọn ọmọ wa nítorí ijọ́ ọ̀la báyìí náà ni. Nítorí ijọ́ tí ogun bá máa di tí a bá máa ní ìdí ogun òun la ṣe ń ta ogun sílẹ̀.
Nítorí
ìjọ ogun òun la ṣe ń jẹ ogun.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni màámi.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀. Ó ti dé ojú ẹ̀. Wọ́n jẹ́ pé bàbá kan ló wà níbì kan tá a mọ̀ wípé yes. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ bá a. Because ní Joshua ta wà yìí. Ẹ jọ. Alágẹmọ máa ń tẹrù ẹ dì ní o.
Alágẹmọ titun ó ti bímọ ẹ báyìí àti àìmọjúdẹ kù sí lọ́wọ́ báyìí ṣàwa ló kù sí lọ́wọ́ báyìí o ti kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ báyìí ma. Thank you so much.
Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé àlọ́dà kọ. Thank you ma. Kẹ́nẹ́ nice night ó dàárọ̀ yé mi. So olórí nìyẹn o. So here we go. I have another caller on the line by the way. Hello there.
Hello, brother mi.
Hello, sir.
Hello, brother mi, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Brother mi, in fact, mo ń kó ẹ̀jẹ̀ púpọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run inú mi máa ń dùn tí n bá ti rí ẹ tí mo rí bọ́dà mi náà kó èkì inú mi máa ń dùn ohun tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé ní lọ́kàn wípé a bí ẹ fún tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ń sìn ni torí Olúwa máa ń mọ̀ bó ṣe máa ń tò ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation kì í ṣe accident Ọlọ́run máa ń mọ̀ ó máa ń tò ìrìn àjò yẹn ó ti tò sílẹ̀ tó bá wo ìpele bí àwọn ìrìn àjò ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ bàbá wa Akíntóyè lákọ́kọ́ ń gbúrò wọn nígbà tó dé second stage Ọlọ́run gbé bàbá olóyè Sunday dìde nígbà tó ń rò pé ó ti tán Olúwa ibi téèyàn ò tiẹ̀ fojú sí rárá ó gbé màmá Onítìrí dìde bọ̀ owó bí tí ó ti kọ́ mi nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀dá yìí pé a lọ́jú bàbá ní bàbá sí Kútọ́nù ẹni kó máa ṣeré lẹ́wọ̀n kí àti ń gbọ́ Olúwa gbé ẹ dìde gbé ọmọ mi iṣẹ́ kàn ẹ́ wo àárín àkókò tàfi rèsì owó bọ́dà mi á gbé ẹ dìde fún ìrìn àjò yìí kò sẹ́nikẹ́ni tó lè bí ẹ ṣubú 100%. Iṣẹ́ mi ti wá jáde ń sìn bọ́dà mi tí mo fẹ́ kí ìwọ àti bọ́dà mi Kóìkì àti àwọn líǹkì yìí mo fẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ yìí kíákíá. Màmá Onítìrí sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná lórí security tá à ń sọ. Mo là ní ìdíwó kíákíá. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o lè ṣe bọ́dà mi. Bàbá wa kan náà ti sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ dálé, mo mọ̀ pé a lè ṣe, mo mọ̀ pé o lè ṣe. You are born to do this. Gbogbo àwa tá a là wà lórí ìkọrin sìn àtàwọn brọ́dà wa Igbo àtàwọn wa Igbo a lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó bá pè wá pé ní Friday owó security yìí mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká wá ní Friday fún program ohun tá a bá lè raise kákó fún màmá Onítìrí mo fẹ́ kó jẹ́ ká ṣe mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbọ́ mi tọ́jọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tòótọ́ gbogbo wọn nínú máa dùn sí. Inú máa dùn sí mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀dà mi á bí ẹ fún ìrìn àjò yìí ni wà á dẹ̀ ṣe pẹ̀lú àtìlẹyìn Ọlọ́run àti àwa a máa ṣe láti yọrí ohun tí mo fẹ́ ká ṣe iṣẹ́ urgency lélẹ́yìí iṣẹ́ urgency ni bẹ́ẹ̀dà mi you can do it you've done it before you can do it again and we will do it again please bẹ́ẹ̀dà mi message mi ta lẹ́yìn ni so mo ń gbàgbé bẹ́ẹ̀dà mi.
It's a very powerful one. I have to thank you too because answer security ṣe get in sin and it is so pé àfẹ́ nǹkan tó máa jẹ́ pé a kàn máa complain we should be acting we should be doing something no matter how little so nothing is too little so ó wà very important.
Bẹ́ẹ̀dà mi. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. Thank you. God bless you. Bye. You too, brother. Okay. Brother, you were born for this. We are born for this. Then you back being lie. Don't let the Yoruba. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye, brother. Bye.
So I have another caller, but before I take that, I'm going to take a permission. Hello, sir. Oh, 1 second, sir. Sir, ṣé mind kíkọ sáré lo 1 minute time in first so little interpretation got discussed on saying before we continue pẹ̀lú títọ̀dọ̀ yín sir mind sir.
Yeah, it is well.
Thank you. Thank you. So my caller, the last caller, who just dropped now, raised a very, very important point, a suggestion that is pretty much like an assignment now. We're talking, we've been talking about security or no security and all of that. And he came here and he just reminded us that there is an ongoing arrangement to help those who have already volunteered to help provide security in Yoruba land, who have been there doing it. Whatever support we can give to them as soon as possible, they would love to hear from us. And he actually threw it to us, said, like, if we choose a day, we can raise something substantial that can help them. And I believe, when I don't hear I'm shy anyway, so we'll come back to that. That's why that my big brother just delivered and suggested and asked us to act on. Well, let me take another call. Hello, sir.
Yeah, MG.
Sir.
Akiola London.
AK, another AK from London. So how are you tonight, sir?
Yeah, fine. BSc Maiyegun the other time.
Now you are back. BSc.
Yeah.
We're going to be working on your PhD now, sir.
Definitely no. Master
I have a lot of graduates, by the way, so trust me. I am proud of you.
Yeah. Whatever. Sherry, àsìkò tí àwa káàárọ̀ oòjíire bí la wà yìí. Èmi ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú ọkàn mi pẹ̀lú gbogbo oríṣiríṣi tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. This is the first time tí elédè oní ìmọ̀ mẹ́ta, àwọn Mùsùlùmí àti àwọn Kírísítẹ́nì àti àwọn ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé tó fi ń sọ wípé ewé àti egbò ọ̀rọ̀ la fi dá lé ayé, ọ̀rọ̀ ni Ọlọ́run fi dá lé ayé, ohùn ni ọmọ ènìyàn máa ń sọ, àwọn oògùn téèyàn máa ń lò èèyàn máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí ni kó tó ṣiṣẹ́, ọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn máa ń sọ fún nǹkan kí nǹkan kó tó ṣe. Tẹ bá fẹ́ rán ọmọ iṣẹ́ ń sìn ọ̀rọ̀ lè máa sọ fún, tẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe oúnjẹ ń sìn ọ̀rọ̀ lè máa sọ fún, tẹ bá lọ sọ́jà tẹ bá fẹ́ sọ ẹni tó bá ń ṣe ibi ọ̀rọ̀ náà ló máa ń sọ sí, ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ náà máa ń sọ sí. Ṣé rí ìkálẹ̀ ń pòwe, ṣé rí Ìjẹ̀bú ní èpè, ìkálẹ̀ ní Ògùn, wọ́n ní ayélala, wọ́n ní ìjà fún ẹ̀wà, wọ́n tí ogun bá dé ojú ẹ̀ wọ́n á pe àwọn iwin jáde láti inú igbó, wọ́n á bu yẹ̀pẹ̀ á di omi. Ẹ̀sìn ó ti gba a lot of things torí pé wọ́n ti sọ pé nǹkan burúkú ni nǹkan èṣù ni.
Kí ló fẹ́ fi gbogbo yẹn ṣe ọ̀nà wẹ́?
Ọlọ́run tó dá ayé even àwọn ọmọ Israel nígbà tó ń build the wall of Jerusalem, they don't want to fi akọ wọn wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn, that is their sword is by their side while they are fighting. Even nígbà tí Peter nígbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù ní Gẹ́sẹ́mánì tí ó fi àdá ẹ̀ tó fi gé etí lára àwọn tó wá, Jésù Kristi ní pé don't worry mo lè jà fúnra mi, ó ní pé fi akọ ẹ fi sword ẹ kò sọ pé kó sọnù o, nígbà kan bẹ̀ tó fẹ́ dà wọ́n síta, ó ní ìwọ tó bá ní owó kò fi ra àkọ́ kó ra aṣọ kó lè lọ sí ìrìn àjò yìí. Àwọn ènìyàn wa.
Bible fi sọ pé watch and pray. Watch tó sọ yẹn ni pé be vigilant, protect yourself, then pray. So kò sọ fún ẹ pé just pray and pray. It says watch and pray, which means pé self defence ó wà ní Bible, ó wà ní Quran, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ sà?
Exactly. Ṣẹ́rí kìíní kan wà, wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní educated illiterate. Honestly. And that is the fundamental problem we are having now. I just delete one of my long-term friends, lady mo delete a phone because ó sọ fún mi pé Tinubu mo sọ pé kò lè débẹ̀, ṣe bí òun náà ló débẹ̀. Mo ní ṣé ó ti di president ni? Why don't you wait? We are just watching this thing. Anyway, let me leave Tinubu alone because
ibi tí sọ ẹjẹ sáré sọ kọkọ lórí ìyẹn ṣẹgẹt èmi mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe máa ń bóyá bí èmi ṣe ń handle wọn ó work fẹ́mi mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wa náà kẹ́ try ẹ̀ ṣẹgẹt ṣẹ̀rí one thing nípa wọn ni pé number one, don't argue with them. Number two, don't try to convince them. Don't try. Okay? Don't even try to tell them this is wrong or not. I've discovered that when they come to that reality, àwọn ni wọ́n máa padà wá bá yín. Mo ṣe mistake yẹn nígbà ayé Buhari ni. Tó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn kan wà tó yẹ pé à kì í sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ẹ mọ̀ for some time. For this same obvious reason that pé mo tẹ̀lé máa bára èèyàn báyìí argue for God's sake. Ṣé nígbà tí Nàìjíríà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní happen sí wọn, àwọn ni wọ́n wá ń wá means láti padà pé ọmọ you were right o. But torí pé mímọ̀ pé kò tí ì wọ̀ wọ́n lára, tí another season bá ti dé, they will repeat the same thing again. Guess what? Àwọn tí mo ń sọ yẹn, wọ́n ti ń sáré swagger and sing. Some of them gan, wọ́n ti ń nàka sí mi lójú again pé wàá rí Tinubu máa jẹ president, bó ṣe nà sí mi lójú rẹ̀ o. Nígbà tí Buhari máa jẹ o. Ayé wọn rí bá bó ṣe rí right, ó ti sú wọn. Then èmi tún ti jáde again, wọ́n tún ti ń nà ìka yẹn. Ẹ má bá wọn jà. Ẹ kàn ignore wọn, ṣẹ̀gẹ́tì, ẹ má bá wọn argue. Ẹ bá ti mọ̀ wọn dára, ẹ má try láti convince wọn. Mistake tá máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. Jẹ́ kí n sọ kíní kan fún ẹ. You don't know. No, don't try to convince them. Tá bá ti pé Tinubu èèyàn pé kíní lélẹ̀, àbẹ́yàn Buhari lélẹ̀, ẹ má waste energy. Òde ló máa lé ọmọ wọn padà sílé. Get.
Ṣé dàkú wọn lára?
Mo gbádùn yín lọ anyway. Mo kọ̀ wọ́n pé kí n chip in tọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni so that àwọn èèyàn tó ń listen sí wa. Don't fight them. Okay. Don't argue with them. Just try to avoid them, honestly speaking. And keep your relationship with your friends, please. Don't fight your friends because of them, okay? It will be so annoying.
Okay.
Oh my God, it will be so annoying. And can you hear them? I want be one nugon, right? Don't fight your friend because of that. Even if they want to fight you, all you have to do is this: ignore them. Do that, and you realize that they will find you later.
Only insult integrity meaning.
And only insult intelligence in it. Oh, you know what is right. You are discussing it. I want my wilder excuses. That's deviating content so make you look like you don't know what you are talking about. And to you, you're like, are you trying? Meanwhile, one more content so, but that's who they are. Don't try to convince them. Don't try, please. Don't.
Anyway, I just move on
security, because you wanted to say something on that earlier. That you know.
Okay. Sherry, just like Uncle Mo gather together. Sherry Atiku is a Cameroonian. Just like a majority of this Buhari is from Niger. And majority of our people they are outsiders, they are foreigners. I don't even know why. Even Atiku today, I know is a nurse. Nurse it's not even he didn't go to any university or whatever. So anyway, Sherry, just like
a different don't represent why it's sad, honestly. Oh, sad, gone Paul.
Yeah. So according to this Sherry security porous. We have allowed religion and politics to create a crevice in the way we are doing things before. Because Yoruba, there's peace. I could remember, I think, in the 50s, I went to government primary school, Kesuno Leko, in the 70s. At least, Omiwa, though our people should be but the life is so sweet, and the street is so clean. Unlike nowadays, Igbo Yoruba Hausa I will live as one. Tí Olóró bá máa ṣe àjọjẹ kínní ẹ̀, tí Mùsùlùmí bá máa ṣe ti àjọjẹ.
Àjọjẹ Christmas, Easter ni.
And even some of us, in London, in America, and we were living a good life. But these people, they come and Bíbélì ní pé olè ló wá láti pa àti láti parun ni. Kò wá láti tún nǹkan ṣe. Àwọn ibi yìí olè ni wọ́n. So why do we have to forgive them and let them pé wọ́n wá? Àátẹ̀wọ́n rì ni. Àátẹ̀wọ́n rì ni. Instead, because for Shanu, don't people for your nínú church for crying aloud. And the answer God will do it. You see, when people are saying this thing, God will protect us. What have you been doing to protect yourself? Okay. Over Ukraine at Russia wars, Ukraine, Russia then that bomb, you shaking it, why they probably don't go see what you don't even send one out. Another day, àwọn bàbá wa àti ìyá wọn, ẹ jí, ẹ má sùn, ẹ dìde, nílẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire, ní gbogbo Yorùbá pátápátá ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ibi tẹ́ bá gbé sí. Ọlọ́run ò sọ pé kẹ́kì ìka o.
Ẹ má ṣe ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dẹ́rùbà wá. Ṣé ni kẹ́fi ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kẹ́fi bò wá lá kẹ́fi defend wá sí inú ẹ fi ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹ fi bò wá láṣìírí ẹ má fi dẹ́rùbà wá o. You know that's how it should be.
Wọ́n ní igi ṣoṣo máa gún mi lójú àtòkèrè láti ń wò.
Láti ń dọ̀jì ni o.
Àwọn ò dọ̀jì ẹ̀ sí o máa tètè gé igi yẹn kúrò ní ìṣètò tèmi o.
It is well. Okay, Maiyegun, it's good to hear from you again tonight. So, nice evening.
26 years, àti obì àti atari.
Ó wà ńbẹ̀, ẹ̀bùrà tó mú, ẹ̀bùrà tó gba shinap, tó wá ń fi kílórúkọ garnish, you know. It is well.
Èmi lè tún ní pẹ̀lú ìkọ́kọrẹ́ o. Àwọn ìkọ́kọrẹ́ ìyàwó ìkọ́kọrẹ́ méjèèjì ń bọ̀ Ṣàgámù àti Ìjẹ̀bú.
Ìkọ́kọrẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ ìbáyìí ṣe àwọn Ìjẹ̀bú tó ń bọ̀ ní Glasgow on the 25th. Wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní béèrè ìkọ́kọrẹ́. Why táwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ń fẹ́ set mi up báyìí náà sir? Anyway, we'll think about it.
Most often in the other time,
okay, yes, when I feel in London, Moroti. I was there, but I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
I know. Sorry, that day.
Come around anyway, one time soon anyway, sir. So
hopefully,
no also do good to me. No, offer anyway, or anything, the budget of your choice. Can you nice evening, yeah?
Okay, Baba.
Nice
have a nice day. My regards to your daughter and your family. God bless you.
To yours as well, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I am going to take what will be my last call tonight. And
Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Maiyegun gbogbo ilé.
Kábíyèsí o.
Èèyàn mi.
Thank you, sir. Báwo ni o?
Ẹ wo àlàáfíà làwà. Kọ́lá ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Engineer Kọ́lá láti Canada, Toronto.
Engineer Kọ́lá, I've been so lucky with so many Ks tonight. AKs, they're now K. How are you, sir? Engineer?
Oh, Daddy. Mo wà pa my brother. It's been a while. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì kan sẹ́yìn tẹ́lẹ̀.
Ti dárúkọ Toronto, mo ní àwọn èèyàn níbẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti Toronto, mo rántí mo ní Sake níbẹ̀, mo mọ àwọn èèyàn ní Alberta, àwọn èèyàn ní Quebec, wọ́n ṣe ní Toronto yẹn, ó dàbí mo ní concentration àwọn èèyàn ọ̀rẹ́ mi ń bẹ̀ yẹn gan-an, you are one of them.
Ó ti tán. Maiyegun fans club máa set up láìpẹ́.
Trust me, sir. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yes, my brother. I really want to thank you for what you're doing. Honestly, kò sí ẹlòmíì tó lè represent gbogbo ìran Yorùbá on media for now to ju somebody like you lọ. Sincerely, àwọn people tá à ń bájà yìí, àwọn principalities ni wọ́n. And they are all political gladiators, so they won't care whatever it takes. They are the giants on our land, so I got to demolish. And whatever it takes, I got to shake.
That must be done, of course.
Yes. And let me not deceive you. Gbogbo àwọn tó pera wọn ní men of God ní Nàìjíríà nísìn. Gbogbo wọn pátá ló ti compromise.
Sadly.
Gbogbo àwọn tí gbogbo àárọ̀ lọ bá yí pé a fẹ́ ní ìgbé ayé tuntun dẹ̀ nìwọ̀n yẹn. And that is the problem we are having. Can you imagine? A church left Nigeria, wá sí Canada, and they are having program from today and tomorrow. One hour she light up Canada. Ṣé iná ń lọ Canada ni? Nigeria tó wà engulfed with darkness, tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe light up Nigeria fún. Dúró kẹ́ ẹ ṣe light up Nigeria ń bẹ̀.
Ẹ travel hundreds of kilometers.
Ẹ wá fún Atlantic Ocean. Ẹ wá Canada, ẹ wá ṣe light up Canada. Mo wù wọ́n báyìí, mo ní kílẹ̀ ń bá ká.
Salvation in ara Canada.
Can you imagine? Lucino ti ń lọ tẹ́ wá ń pariwo ná fún. Kílẹ̀ ń light up nínú ìmọ́lẹ̀. Bíbélì gan sọ ní pé and light shineth in darkness ló sọ kò ní shine in light. Ẹ dó Nàìjíríà bíi tí darkness borí gbogbo yín kẹ̀ ṣe lighting kan in Nàìjíríà. Bọ̀ kí là ń bá bọ̀.
Because now kò sí gbogbo Nàìjíríà rí nǹkan kan export ẹ ti get sí gbogbo nǹkan wọn import ẹ ní prayer nìkan là ń export wọ́n ti gbé wá bá yín Canada báyìí.
Wọ́n gbé wá ògbà àti gbọ́n exchange rate ló ń lé wọn kiri àti gbọ́n àmọ́ bó ṣe ń lọ ó ti yé gbogbo wa kò sọ bọ́ńdọ̀rì mọ́ wo bí Maiyegun ilé ni gbogbo wa fẹ́ padà wá a fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó wà nínú kòkò táwọn bàbá wa tọ́jú pamọ́ tó fi ń pamọ́ fún wa tó ń jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wọ́n wú jáde. Àwọn Fúlàní fúnra wọn ti confess. Àwọn Fúlàní ti jẹ́wọ́ fún wa pé kò sí religion táwọn bẹ̀rù ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ju ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé lọ. Wọ́n sọ wọ́n fẹnu ara wọn sọ. Wọ́n ní reason táwọn fi máa ń bẹ̀rù gbogbo ìran Yorùbá. Òun ni pé wọ́n ní nǹkan ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n fi ń bá wọn jà táwọn ò lè dojú kọ. Ó tọ́, if not, mélòó ní ìran Yorùbá láàárín Nàìjíríà tán ti lè kọ́ńkà látọdún yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ́rùn ò jẹ́ kán rí yẹn ṣe nítorí pé kí ni àwọn nǹkan àwọn bàbá wa yìí ó wúlò fún wa ńgbà yẹn wọ́n rí lò láti fi protect ara wọn ìdáàbòbò ló wà fún.
Nígbà tí wọ́n bá wọn jà ní 1830s or thereabout níbi tó
ní Òṣogbo
ẹ̀rọ ti wọ̀ yẹn so they were pushed back. They couldn't come through. Because according to history, sir, what's the Fulani I wanted the best cavalry fighting. Yani pé ká dó sórí ẹṣin ká máa jà báyìí. Ó ti yé sìn Yorùbá fún wọn ní beating tí wọ́n rí rí and they push back.
Fact. Wọ́n ò lè gbàgbé láyé.
And ó dẹ̀ dùn wọ́n dọ̀la. Tó ṣe sọ pé àwọn dìgbà tó bá fi sword yẹn kan omi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ káwọn tó nísinmi. Ó ń dùn wọ́n dọ̀la defeat 1830 something yẹn ó ń dùn wọ́n dọ̀la. So kí ló wá ń ṣe àwa generation eléyìí sì tá a wá ń pariwo blood eléyìí Allahu Akbar ń bì ní nǹkan kan pé a lè pariwo gbogbo ẹ̀ yìí náà ká tún mú tiwa yìí náà mọ́ ká dẹ̀ stay safe. Kí lẹ wí ni mo sọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bó ṣe yẹ kó rí gangan nìyẹn òyìnbó ò mú ẹ̀sìn ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé wá kò mú ẹ̀sìn ìgbàgbọ́ wá láti gba ẹ̀sìn ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé lọ́wọ́ wa wọn ò mú wá bẹ́ẹ̀. Robert Townsend tó mú Christianity wá sí Africa sí Nàìjíríà nígbà tó dé sábẹ́ òkúta nǹkan tó sọ ni pé the people I'm coming to already know God. Kí ló fà á ó rí batches of banana tó fẹ́ yára kò rí ẹni tó ń tà níbẹ̀ ó rí òkúta ó wá ní kí lòkúta yẹn ṣe ń bí wọ́n sọ fún pé interpreter sọ pé òkúta yìí ló represent iye calories tó máa kú sílẹ̀. Ó ní tó ń bá kówó yìí sílẹ̀ tó bá jí lọ ń kọ́ ẹni tí ó ń ta nǹkan is it not foolish? Interpreter sọ fún pé come here kò foolish look up ìyẹn ti pàlè síbẹ̀ pé tó o bá tẹ́nìkan bá jẹ́ anything níbí báyìí this thing will pierce through their heart. Robert Townsend ní pé yes ó dájú pé ẹni àwọn tó ń mú gbàgbọ́ bọ̀ wá bá they already know God.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Nígbà tó dọ́dọ̀ Aláké of Egbaland tí yẹn gbé sórí ẹsẹ̀ Ọba Ṣódẹkẹ́ ń fọwọ́ pa ní èjìká ó ń sọ fún yín pé Ifá Oracle has told us and Abino will visit us tomorrow. He couldn't believe it. Ó ní what? Is it not clear? Ipò Ọlọ́run tó dá àrùn Yorùbá ó dá virtues mọ́ wa ó dá gbogbo ohun tá a nílò ó dá mọ́ wa òtítọ́ ọnú wà láyé ìgbà yẹn jù sí i lọ. Kí ló wá ń ṣe gbogbo wa? Àwa ń fi ẹ̀sìn kóra ní a fi ń ṣe búrẹ́dì a fi ń kó ara lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ káàkiri. That's the problem we have nowadays. Can you imagine? Àwọn ọmọ ilé bí táwọn afowó ránṣẹ́ sí nílé tó tún ṣe jaga rubbish jaga bandit káàkiri. Wọ́n ti rí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Imagine ojú tí yín nísìnyí báyìí sìn o àwọn
ebi apá ṣé gèsì gbogbo wọn lára. Ìkan wà tó gbọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi ní January tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ fowó mo send owó sí. Nígbà tí mo wórí Facebook mo rí bóyá snap mo munch ẹ̀ bí kí la máa ń pè mo screenshot ẹ̀ mo wá send ẹ̀ sí mo ló kárí o ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o lọ máa gbowó lọ́wọ́ jaga bandit o gbogbo wọn mo ti sọ fún wọn nothing for them. Táwọn diaspora bá jókòó tá a wọ́n ràn kébi pa wọ́n kí àjọ like you used to say wọ́n máa jẹ breakfast ni last gbogbo ló máa jẹ. We are watching. Ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ gbogbo judiciary tó ń ṣe kiri tó ń jùdí òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń lọ sí wà ń bẹ̀ kiri yẹn ara wọn máa background. My brother, Saki, right on, Jare.
Thank you so much. Again, we me join me lale. You might come when you want in Toronto. Mo tin ki wọ́n báyìí náà pé Saki mo ti rọ yín sí anyway.
Gbogbo ló ń gbọ́, my brother. Gbogbo ló ń gbọ́.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Can you
oh my boy,
it's a good one. So
you too. Thank you.
Engineer Kola láti Toronto. I want you last call hour, but what he said to quickly interpret that to my non-Yoruba speakers. I'm so sorry that some of you are just there like lost. Maiyegun tell your callers to speak English. See, it has gotten to a stage that they call it, this is a serious matter. We say if you usually have to like deliver them sometimes, right? As important as they are, and the people you are targeting, sometimes you just have to deliver it in Yoruba. And I'm happy that more of our people are actually taking on that now, delivering their messages in Yoruba. And when they add English to that, it's quite grateful. I mean, so helpful. But what Engineer Kola said was that, you see, we are at a stage where all of us should brace ourselves up enough not to just get to continue to get weakened because of our religious beliefs, that you can still be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, and for those who are our own Yoruba traditionalists and all of that, we should encourage them. The things that our own forebearers, our forefathers, at least at the time, they defended themselves against external aggression like this. There was never any time in our history that Fulani occupied our land and took it over. They keep telling you a story about Ilorin, the story of Fulani taking over Ilorin. That story is not true. Okay, put it this way: Ilorin wasn't a place, it wasn't a place under Yoruba land at the time. It was this Aare Onakakanfo for Afonja. Out of the fact that he won't be part. He won't listen to listen to Alaafin anymore. He moved to a place where it is now called Ilorin today. Ilorin It was meant to be the camp. It's like the camp of rebels, people who no longer, the outlaws, okay? The people who are like, we are no longer under the authority of Alaafin or authority of anyone here. We are on our own. So they were on their own. That was how they started Ilorin until, and so many people went there to settle with Afonja, to settle with him in what is today's Ilorin. That was when they brought all this, what do you call it? Alimi. A charm seller, a Fulani charm seller, to come to his camp. Come here. My camp is a free place. We don't have any law. There's no king. There's nobody ruling us. Yeah, I am the king. Yeah, I don't obey any law. That was how Alimi became a part of those who came to Afonja's camp, and I was providing him charm and all of that and the rest. So no Fulani took any part of Yoruba land ever in our history. Yes, they fought us. Of course, they also took a part of our people as well. When they attacked Oyoile, they took our people into what they call the slavery in Borno Empire. But all of that, there's nowhere in our history where Fulani actually take any part of our land. We fought them. We pushed them back. They never had any part of our land. There were those who fought those wars back then, our own forebearers. You know what I mean? Our own forebearers who fought those wars kept Yoruba land intact to what it is today. Yeah, they didn't have all the technologies that you have today. Okay, they had what they had. Part of them is our own, our own traditional, seriously. I mean, historically, we also want our people to. That's what Engineer K said. Please, our people should go back to them. You can. There's nothing wrong. You can call on Allah, you can call on God, the blood of Jesus, and the rest of those. And you can still call on our own ancestors and forebearers as long as anything is welcomed to save ourselves. Then he shared the story of this first missionary who came to Abeokuta. That's another one. So thank you very much, every one of you who spent your time with me tonight. I appreciate you, and I will continue to. To my friends who actually have liked the broadcast, who have shared it, to you who have subscribed, I want to say this to you, okay? On MaiyegunSDiary Politico, we bring to for this information like this. There are happenings, things that happen there, and at the same time to always educate the people about them, and at the same time as well, to get them prepared for. Don't just talk; you need to act too. We are at the stage of getting our friends and our supporters to act and do something out there. There's so much we bring on every now and then, and sometimes it can be very controversial. Sometimes it can be very, very jocular, funny, they say. But at the same time, it's always a very, very serious business on MaiyegunSDiary Politico. We brainstorm, people call in, we share ideas, and then we don't tend to say we are always right. Do you know that? So spend your time with us whenever you can, and I can assure you, you always value it as we do as well. So I'm going to see you some other time. Share and then subscribe. I'll see you some other time. So stay safe, and to everyone, good night from here.
Àníyàn súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àníyàn súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àníyàn súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Jíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ní.